haven't had salami pizza. I can't say that I need to recommend it highly. It's fine.
Mushroom and salami pizza is the way to go. It's the wave. 2020.
It's the wave, yeah. For some people, it's finding Jesus and making 2 subpar albums.
Fuck that.
For me, he's eating salami and mushroom
Fuck
pizza.
the Jesus.
Fuck the Jesus.
Fuck the Jesus.
Apparently, the one he did with the Sunday service is alright. I'm not.
Oh yeah, because you know why? Because he doesn't do that album.
Yeah, because
because
all they do is remix like R&B from the 90s.
Yeah, and then also like his own good hits.
Right. So like
and
it's
none of that garbage.
He hasn't written any new music there. It's just people singing his old music in the choir.
Did you hear Jesus is King?
I listened to it once.
I got halfway through it. I listened to one. I did like one song. It was like On God, but that's because he says nothing except On God.
I've never been more disappointed in Kanye West than when I heard a song that he brought clips back together for, and it was hot trash.
Shame on Pusha T for that one, because he should have known better.
He should have known better.
Yeah,
Pusha T, I've suspended my disbelief, knowing that you have never, ever had a coke flow like you rap about for the past 15 years. But I'm just going to accept that you probably do.
Yeah, but he did such investigative journalism on Drake that I'm willing to overlook.
It was very much like 2020. Like,
yeah,
that was very.
You said earlier the suspension of disbelief.
Right, like I didn't know he was like an investigative journalist.
Yeah,
didn't know he was fucking Pablo Escobar. Don't care as long as you rap well.
Yeah,
if your shit slaps, then it's fine.
Hey, it slapped. And that album was really 25 minutes of just bars.
Right. And if you and your brother, who's like now a minister, get back together and do some Ned Flanders shit on the mic, I'm gonna be sad about it. You know what?
Shouts out to Made in Tokyo, who made Ned Flanders with A$AP Ferg. Too new for you?
No, I never like A$AP. The A$AP fucking tribe is fine.
You don't like A$AP Rocky?
Rocky's fine. I mean, I liked A$AP Rocky, I feel like 3 years ago. Then, like, when he was like him and Tyler and what's his name were like chilling, and like I was like, man, this dude might be it.
He's good though.
And then he like then just kind of did nothing, and then went to like Sweden and like fought some dudes, and then the president had to bail him out. Like, I don't know. I feel like the next thing that drops, I'll be fine. But like, what's drop since?
He did like one song with Tyler the Creator.
He's like not on the radar.
That was good.
Yeah, he was on his last album, I think. Right?
He was on. They're in Paris or some shit.
And he's fine. It's just like if you don't drop something, like his shit wasn't classic, so like
his shit was classic.
It's like fine, but like when I'm thinking about
At Long Last, A$AP,
it's fine. I just like it's not in the rotation.
What about the Allah? Did you hear that one? That had Lord Pretty Flacco Jody II, which I have fucking no idea what that means, but it sounded awesome. It sounded like some West Coast shit.
No, yeah, actually, yes. In fact, that came on like my Spotify like mix like recently.
That was like 2015 though.
And I'm glad I heard this, but like the president's been Donald Trump for 3 years. Yeah. So like I forgot.
Actually, no, Obama was president when that came out.
But it came out, but that's what I mean. Like I've lived a whole different like life now.
We're about to be like in another Trump presidency.
Right, it's about to happen again. I need something new, dog. Like I forgot.
Yeah.
Obama's like, I can't take the shit for granted anymore.
Yeah, because like he's about to re-up on that term.
And because he's should know that if he's re-ing up, A$AP Rocky should.
This is a Catchweight update prediction from Trey. Okay, he's gonna beat this rap, right? Gonna get some street cred amongst the MAGA guys and boomers, and they're gonna be like, well, he really is God, and then they're gonna vote for him again, and he's gonna win. It's gonna propel him into victory.
I don't know if it was congressman or like just a talking head. Someone compared him to like he said he was their OJ.
That is
which is like not the move.
That's not a good.
Like I understand what they're saying. Yeah. Like he's looking at all of the oncoming sort of accusations, and the opposition is going to beat it.
Right.
Like
even
OJ
if you're not being literal, it's like you're admitting it's he's fucked up, and you're letting him through.
Like OJ killed 2 people.
Yeah.
And got off because because his arresting officer was super duper racist.
Right. So what is his arresting officer?
The government? Like, I don't fuck. Like, is the government racist against Donald Trump?
Against him being a white man, you're right. The white man is losing ground in this country. We need to stop them right away. It's
true. Like, being a white millionaire is just like the worst kind of person to be.
It's difficult.
I mean, look at Dana White.
Yeah.
All he does is like cry on his dollars
and try to make his kid more successful than he will never be.
What is this? I know. I keep seeing like him pimp his kid, like doing college shit. But, like, I don't even know what he.
I'll take it to one. At first, it just started with regular douchey white kid things, which is like hire Rich the kid or whoever to like be at his bar mitzvah. Play my birthday. And he's like, I'll give you $1 million. And he's like, fucking, it's a million.
I do like checks.
Do you mind if they say the N word like 10 times?
Here's a problem. A bunch of kids from Boston, 40 white kids are going to say the N word a lot.
Love your music. They will say the N word for $1 million. I'll suck it up.
I mean, Rich the Kid's going to suck it up.
Yeah.
Jay Electronica, not going to suck it up.
Not going to suck it up. I don't fuck with Jay Electronica though. So
I don't think anyone does. Because he like stopped making albums and he's like, instead, I'm just gonna...
He made one album. People are like, it really slaps. I'm like, oh, sure. Sure it
He's
does.
just going to be the male Zayo Banks, which is fine.
Who retired from music abruptly a couple months ago. And everyone's like, you're 20 years too late. You're 58. You're 50
trust me, nobody was waiting for the next
one. No one was like,
you were sitting... You've been sitting in Elon Musk's like sleep tube.
You saw that too?
It's like,
oh my god, she went the fuck off. I'm inclined to believe her because why would she?
The thing about Isaiah Banks is I believe everything she says. She's just fucking buck wild.
Yeah.
Like I believe her and Russell Crowe almost had a fist fight in the RZA's.
I believe that.
And
why was Russell Crowe, the RZA, and Isaiah Banks in the same? What were they doing?
Yeah. Apparently, it was like a dinner party. Or RZA invited a bunch of people.
Is that better? Is that a better answer?
Isaiah Banks came in, and
she's like, "Is that Russell Crowe?"
She was saying she was doing her shit, her Isaiah Banks shit, and Russell Crowe was like, "I don't really like what's happening here," and they had words, and apparently Isaiah Banks like spit on him, tried to fight him.
Jesus Christ!
And RZA's like, "I'm sorry."
I'm gonna marry her.
Or more, I think it was more like the RZA brought her as like a guest to like some other party that wasn't
Azalea. Yeah, I know.
Because he had to leave with her, like so. Yeah, I think he had to like take her out and then like calm everybody down.
Do you think he beat her up like Rihanna, but no one cares because it's Azalea Banks on the way
back? Like the RZA did? Or
yeah,
like
the RZA did on the way
back.
No,
the RZA's too zen now.
Fucked it all up.
He's like a monk. He probably prayed on it and like meditated in the elevator with her. Yeah, I'm hoping that
mushrooms in the
Azalea Banks shows up to like the Elon Musk like Grimes like birthing arrangement that they'll probably have and just curses the baby like
suck a baby's dick.
Bang 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 lightning bolt.
Shouts out to Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah,
our Lord and Savior.
Mm-hmm. Not a problematic white dude, but like he's lived his life like one.
Yeah, I mean he says like he's said some problematic white dude things, but you're like, well, he's clearly black.
Well,
he looks ashen now, though. I will say.
It's been a hard decade for Cuba Gooding Jr. Snow Dogs happened, and that Snow Dogs checks not clear.
He never rebounded.
Like,
or he did.
He did the OJ thing. That was his rebound.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
But it's kind of also like now ironic because he's like a problematic like public figure now. Yeah. And he's playing one, so like it's kind of like art now.
Yeah. Life imitates art or whatever. Art imitates life. What is it? Which one is it?
You were right the first time.
Oh, okay. I had to double check. You guys, does she have glasses? Do you wear glasses? So it's like you guys wear glasses. I think you know more than me. Oh, because like if I needed glasses, I wouldn't be like I'm gonna stop reading. But you guys keep doing it.
Well, so I needed to do it for literally ever.
Oh.
So like.
Yeah, I've had them since I was 4. Oh, okay.
So like I never had a choice.
So you never stopped reading.
I had to like learn to read with glasses.
Yeah, my job makes me read a book a month, and I'm like, you're asking a lot.
What kind of job makes you read a book a month?
It's like leadership books and stuff.
Oh, that's.
And I'm like coaching, so he's like, they're not really militant about it. But it's
but I can understand. I can see where a coach is like, you're in a position to teach people, and you should be motivated. And here's the people that motivate me, and they're in these books, and I read a book a month, and I have a Lamborghini, and
I'm not gonna lie, I've dragged my ass a lot. I read like 30 pages before I show up at the meeting to show that it's fresh in my mind. Yeah, I'm like, this sounds like I'll be intelligent for 5 minutes, and then I do it.
I used to read books. Now listen.
Now you just don't. Do you read mangas now?
No.
No mangas?
Never read that.
Have you ever read a manga?
I've read a manga.
Which one was it?
The last one I read was Death Note.
Oh. Isn't that like better than the TV show?
So I hear. I haven't really watched the TV show.
TV show was good up until they introduced the really loud, annoying Japanese woman.
My friend Mark hated
which is like every anime.
After he read the manga.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Mark also thinks like books with more pages and more words are better than books with less pages and less words. So, whatever.
Fair. Shouts out to Mark Howard. Are we allowed to say his
Mark
full
Howard,
name?
yeah.
Mark Howard. Mark Howard.
You have to say his full name. It's
Yeah.
like a Tribe Called Quest.
It's too late.
It happened. You can't
She's
make it
shaking
back.
her head no. She's like, delete it. Go back and edit his name. Bleep his name out.
Bleep it. Shout out to Bleep.
Shout out to Bleep. The add-on. Yeah.
The disrespect.
Mark Howard, we support and love you. Okay, even though I only met you 2 times, and you guys showed me your Foxhound tattoos, and I was like, you guys are the coolest guys ever.
Is that a MagFest?
It was a MagFest.
I
I haven't been to
MagFest.
MagFest in like 2 years. It's gone down.
I think the MagFest we were both at was my last MagFest.
Yes.
Because I can't get back.
That's when we decided to hey, we should do this podcast.
Yeah,
we
true.
talked about fighting for 6 hours while everyone else was like drinking and doing drugs or whatever.
That's true. All that happened.
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
Yeah.
The
And Connor was trying to hit on that girl who clearly had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Carrie.
Yeah, that was
Shouts
good.
out to Carrie.
She no longer has that boyfriend.
Oh.
Has a different boyfriend.
Cool.
And lives in Phoenix or some shit.
Yeah. She's
Maybe
in Texas or something.
Somewhere in Arizona. She was in Texas at the time.
Yeah.
But now she also lives in some other dusty fucking...
Some dusty ass place.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Dust.
Shout out to Dust. You like dirt and heat?
Go to Arizona. It's only dirt and heat and Mexicans.
Yeah, that's literally all they got there. That's what
Yeah.
they export.
Yeah.
And racist white people.
And racist white people who will join the Homeland Security just to shoot Mexicans.
Yes.
I watch a whole documentary on it. It's very dark.
Sounds dark.
Yeah.
I didn't expect a happy ending.
I thought, because I was like, oh, this is about Homeland Security. It'll go through maybe be a Navy SEALs thing, where they show Bud's training and stuff. No, it was some toothless guy.
I feel
sometimes they're illegal, sometimes they're not.
I think
It's
2000.
Just kill them. There's no rules.
2005, 6, 7, when they were pushing hard to staff up Homeland Security. It was yo, did you graduate high school?
Yeah.
Do you want to make $50,000 a year?
But even that wasn't enough because they were we're hurting, so we're gonna take these crazy militia guys and give them
you
no
used
rules.
to have to pass tests,
Yeah.
and now they're can you hold this?
Can you have a gun? Do you own a gun?
Do you own it? Would you like one?
Would you like a gun?
How about your friends? Do they want guns too?
Yeah.
Sign on up.
Yeah, it was part of it was because there was 2 factions. There was one who were I'm really making a difference, and they weren't. And then the other half was I'm in here to just shoot some Mexicans.
Yeah, I was hoping to shoot
Jesus.
Which is what you do. You really just go to the army for that, but they make you pass tests and train first.
Right. You have
Hopefully
to
they beat
work real
that.
hard.
They either beat the sociopath out of you or just change it a little bit. And Homeland Security was how about all that but another training?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be neat?
Oh, you're 400 pounds? Cool. Can you own a Segway? This isn't the best mountainy terrain for a Segway.
And this was before we were trying to detain and send back. We were just detaining them.
Yeah.
Until
then they weren't detaining anybody.
Oh no, they were shooting people. But
shooting
the process was detain
Xfinity.
them and wait for their court date, and when they get a court date, just disperse them throughout the country.
Right.
And it doesn't actually matter if you shot them; they never have. Then that's where it ended. But if you didn't shoot them, then they just vanished.
I love how the whole thing is they cost us money. It's all right, well, this Gestapo thing where we're putting them in camps and then sending them back home is not much more cost effective.
Is that free?
So, yeah. I feel like that's way more expensive if you're giving them plane tickets back.
You would think so.
Yeah, that's why they were shooting them.
Yeah, right. What's less expensive? Bullets. And funerals and open graves.
Yeah. Because we'll just don't leave them. That's not going to pick them up.
It's just it's a vast desert between states, between Texas and Mexico.
Shouts out to Mexico who had 35 students missing. This is not MMA related at all.
No.
Most of this, but this is what happens. We
Listen, some of them could have fought. I don't know.
Yeah, no, they were just in a college and then they just went missing and then they just found the remains and then everyone's protesting. I'm like, is this the people you want to protest? Because they don't seem to give a fuck about protesting.
It seems like if 35 people can just go missing, then these are the wrong people to protest.
Yeah, they were on a bus to go to a protest and then
they clearly don't.
Yeah, that's a rough time. It's getting a little bit more unstabilized, and then Iran at least tucked their tail a little bit after they killed all those people.
For now, I mean, I'm glad they admitted they killed him by accident.
Yeah,
I feel like it was dicey for a second. But everyone was here's a video of missiles coming from one of your things and hitting a plane.
My friend sent me a thing. It was look at this crazy leaked footage of the Ukrainian plane, and it was this guy following a plane, and then it just went to a wall, and on the wall was a guy with a huge penis. It was It was like 18 inches long.
It's like the worst live leak video ever.
Yeah. I'm like, I watched it like
I
6
came here to
times.
watch someone be beheaded, not this ginormous Lexington steel penis.
Yeah, it was horrible. And then I sent it to all my friends.
Oh, great. Yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah.
What else do you do?
Yeah, I didn't send it to you because I feel like you wouldn't have liked it as much or thought it was funny.
Honestly, I'm glad you didn't, because then the bird would be on me to send it to him.
Yeah. Well, now I have to send it to you because I didn't know you would send it to other people.
What else would I do with it?
I don't know.
I can't just keep it. I
Yeah.
can't keep that with me.
Yeah.
It's going to stain my soul. I have to pass it along.
Yeah, you know what? You've convinced me.
That's
I'm
how these
sending it
spiritual
now.
diseases work.
Say less, Jarrett, because we're about to have a screen full of dick.
Well, you know the first person I'm sending it to is sitting over there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Just so she's aware.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like sexual harassment? Did I delete
Probably.
it?
But she's a lawyer, so I don't actually know.
Oh, well, she'll represent us.
Against the case against herself?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That's typically.
That's not how that works, I think.
I think I deleted it. Never mind.
Even better. You sent it and deleted it? That's
Yeah.
like the most responsible thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
You didn't keep the weapon in your hand?
No. I was like, no one should see this. But before I sent it to everyone.
I commend that.
Yeah. Mike Perry calls Michael J. White the N-word.
He did.
And by N-word, I mean nigga.
That one.
No,
it's like bitch ass nigga. It was like
yeah, he called me. That's like the
number one. The idea that Mike Perry is challenging Michael J. White to a fight is hilarious.
Well, who do you think wins?
Probably. So I want to say Michael J. White.
Yeah,
because he's like.
He's
a black belt in multiple
he's very good
disciplines, like an 8th degree, like an 8th dan like black belt in like Shotokan karate, which is like the real deal shit.
Yeah.
Or Kyokushin, which is the real deal shit. He could probably kill someone.
Yeah.
But when's the last time he was in a real fight? I don't know. And Mike Perry's like
he's on steroids.
Number one skill was getting hit in the face.
Yeah, but like he could just get away from him because he's not catching him. Like he just doesn't look. Mike Perry's not very fast.
No. Yeah, probably not. He's also very dumb though. I don't know that Mike Perry.
Well, he got knocked out his last fight, so like maybe his chin's starting to go.
Maybe, but like
by Jeff Neal. Shouts out to Jeff Neal who just put him out of his misery.
When's the last time like Michael J. White was like really tested in like a combat situation?
I have no. Probably like 20. He's like 40 or something too. So
he's older than that. I feel like.
Is he?
He has to be like closer to 50. I feel like
he just looks like
he just looks like a 30-year-old because he's fucking super duper swole.
Yeah,
and I don't want to like. The problem with like movie stars who are also like karate, like real fighters, which there aren't so many of them, but
that's true.
Is you want them to be, well, you see them in the movies. The last time I saw him fight was in a movie, so like I can't remember the time I've ever seen him fight outside of that. Well,
there was I don't know if like Vlad TV's trying to like bully them into a fight or something.
I'm sure
because it was like. Michael J. White talks about his fighting on set, and he accidentally hits people because of his background in martial arts, being an actual reflex. And it's like, and then after that, it's like, Mike Perry calls Michael J. White the N-word.
It's like,
make the fight.
I don't know, because I don't know how this is a good fight for Mike Perry. Like, even if Mike Perry beats him, he beat an actor.
But Mike Perry,
if he doesn't beat him, Michael J. White just like Black Dynamite beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, but then he'll say But here's the thing: you're not paying for a Michael Perry fight. You're paying for the aftermath. You're paying. Well, you're paying to see what he's crazy shit he says after he beats up Michael J. White.
Yes.
Do you think he'll go the humble route?
He's a great fighter.
Yeah, great fighter.
He really tested me.
Yeah.
No, I don't think Mike Perry.
He'll double down. He's like, he's a double bitch nigga.
And Dana White's going to be in the background like,
Put The Rock put a belt on him. Who would put the belt on him for that? What would they think that would be a belt? If he fights a celebrity, that should be for a belt, I feel like.
The celebrity belt?
Yeah. Celebrity deathmatch.
So, has this happened before?
What?
Has a celebrity been like, yo, let me fight this dude?
CM Punk?
Yeah, I guess that's the closest.
He didn't get a belt, though.
No. He got his ass beat $3 million,
though.
Yeah, he got paid. And then left.
That's the belt.
Yeah, he had a paycheck. Like, I wonder what, like... Because Michael J. White has been brushing these attempts to get him fight off, but like how big's the bag gotta be like for him to like actually come do it?
He was like, work on, you getting knocked out or whatever or some.
Yeah, but that's just like it's easy to talk wild shit when you're definitely not gonna fight a person.
Yeah, but I would love to see them just stare at each other in the Kill Bill music.
Like if someone said UFC Fight Night our ESPN. That was what will get me to subscribe to ESPN Plus.
Yes.
If Michael Jai White's going to fight Mike Perry in a main event, hey, they're like Michael Jai White has to be 100 pounds bigger than Mike Perry.
Yeah.
I don't
He's
understand.
6'4". That's what I'm saying. Like he can make the weight cut and then just kick his head off.
Like I don't know what Mike Perry wants.
Mike Perry would never. I don't think he would touch him. I'm also doing this for black people too. So
I just feel like we have better representatives in the actual sport.
But like Michael J. White is like the kung fu black dude for like the last 30 years.
If Michael J. White kills Mike Perry in the ring, like, that's it. He's good. He's good
heart
forever.
Rip,
yes,
like a cinematic.
Or hits him with like a fucking Ryu, just like.
We should fight him in Risen.
His heart.
We should fight each other in Risen. That way.
Yeah, that would happen. It would already happened if they were in both.
They've already sent them contracts.
Yeah. One championship's like, if you don't want it, Risen will take you.
Shouts out to Risen for liking one of my videos a long time ago.
Shout out to Risen for putting on shit shows and really just embracing it at this point.
Yeah, and Bellator. That's where Mike Perry should fight Michael J. White. Bellator.
Oh yeah, Bellator
it makes
loves
sense.
that shit. It'll be on one of the weird like K1/MMA cards.
Yeah.
And it'll be like some weird pride, like
kickboxing rules. They should do Bellator kickboxing.
I think that's even worse for like Mike. If Mike Perry wins at all, it's because of MMA rules.
Yeah.
Like if it's just like a kickboxing match, I can't imagine Mike Perry walking, especially if it's more than 3 rounds. Like
he records people going to his gym all the time just to spar him, and he gets fucked up like all the time.
It's almost like a Jackass like series.
Yeah,
he just wants to get his ass beat and show you people.
Yeah, and then
he's
like, my girlfriend's hot. She's my corner man.
Isn't she also supposed to be a fighter?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought he was like training her. Maybe that was just like a cute.
She just
couple
learned. Yeah, she just like learned how to hold mitts or whatever.
Okay, he needed a pad holder because he kept calling all those other ones the N-word.
Because like he like brought her into the fight one time. She's like, I don't do this for a living. And then he's like, corner me, and she's like, I have a license.
Yeah,
for it.
You want me to give you Band-Aids?
Yeah.
Like, you want me?
You're doing great. And he's like bleeding out of his face.
I can't.
I love you. It's like you're dying.
Yeah.
Give me some sort of.
All right. Yeah, you're selling me on this fight now.
Yeah. She's got to corner him, and he can't have a fight camp.
Michael J. White can't have a fight camp?
No, Mike Perry can't. Michael J. White can have a fight camp. He needs one. He's 40.
And, like, I don't know how he's going to lose his weight.
Just EPO. This is why it's got to be in Bellator.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Because USADA needs to chill out.
USADA's wild.
Yeah. That was just at the top of the list. Michael J. White should have been Blade. I'll say it.
Like... The Wesley Snipes Blade?
Yeah. No. Like the new one.
Like the new Blade.
Yeah. Although this other actor is going to be amazing probably because he looks...
Yeah. Well, Mahershala Ali is like a real actor.
Yeah.
He's like an Oscar, like award-winning.
But you have to decide like what you are going to enjoy more. Michael J. White gritting his teeth and like...
Here's the thing. I think Mahershala Ali gets it though. Like he's not going to come in with like fucking thespian chops and say like Blade shit.
What if he does though?
That's going to be hilarious.
Yeah.
It's going to be bad.
Yeah.
But I feel like he watched the same movies we watched.
Yeah.
He's seen Blade 1, 2, and 3. He gets it.
But what if they do like a Christopher Nolan style Blade and not like a...
But even still, I feel like that could still work. It's just Blade. Like, Blade's not a thespian. Like,
was Michael J. Watt Dolomite or was that a different guy?
He was Black Dynamite.
Black Dynamite.
Which was like a fake Dolomite.
Yeah, that's what I want Blade to be.
To be a fake Dolomite?
Yeah.
See what a blaxploitation Blade?
Yeah.
I'd fuck with that.
Yeah.
They, that's what, Luke Cage is supposed to be.
Dolomite?
No, but blaxploitation.
That's hilarious.
The original comic books were anyway, because
but
literally dudes in pimp suits like throwing things at people.
I wanted to choke the Luke Cage one on Netflix to death when he said, "Word is Bond."
So that's part of the problem. What Michael Coulter, good actor,
yes,
maybe too much of a thespian for the
that's
role
what I'm
he's
saying.
trying to play. Like I don't think it's going to happen.
That might happen. He might thespian it up.
He might, but I don't know. I watched Moonlight. He did fine.
Shouts out to XXXTentacion. May he rest in peace.
Maybe. Remember? I got in a lot of trouble on Twitter by talking shit on Triple X when he died.
On Triple X?
Yes.
We can't. I don't want to call him Triple X because there's.
I was not saying XXXTentacion.
Did you have sympathy
a dude who was
for him?
19.
Huh? Did you have sympathy for his death?
I did not.
You don't know who it is?
She has no idea what we're talking.
Yeah. No. He's a guy that like. Yeah, he like brutally assaulted his pregnant girlfriend, but he's a good rapper. So they let it.
Doesn't that just have a lot of people?
Yeah, no, this one was like especially fucked up. Like he like kidnapped her for 2 days,
In like a hotel.
And like apparently sexually assaulted her with a fire poker.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
And she lived?
She did.
Yeah,
and she
lived.
was like standing him at the funeral.
Yeah, she was like, he did it, but whatever.
He was changed. He's like, I love him.
He's misunderstood. I mean, they're both teenagers.
And the truth is, he's young enough where he was probably fucked up and like he could have outlived this.
He's
but
in
like,
Florida on bath salts.
He also died right after it, and like he did not have this opportunity to redeem himself. Right. So what I'm not going to do is pretend he was fine.
Look at us apologize for it. He was on drugs and she deserved it.
And listen, that's the apologist argument, and they get it. But you can't die 6 months after this happened and then expect me to be like, yo, it's cool.
The thing is it's not like evidence came up and it was like it was on the fence and he didn't do it. It was
very clear.
It was very clear that he did it.
Deserved to die.
Well, I think the problem is like he definitely he also got stuck up in his car and got like shot to death.
He got like ambush style like shot to death.
And like it's fucked up. Fucked up way to go.
It is because it was on the whole thing. I just find it's like I find serial killers fascinating, you know, because you're like, how could you do this? How like with him, I'm like, how could you do that and then still have time to make all this music? Like,
yeah, why are you like this?
Why are you like this? And then like he got really famous doing like fight completions. That's how he started. Like he was like just beating people up and releasing music, and then it's like not a shock that he like abducted this poor woman and like assaulted her with a fire poker. It wasn't even a surprise. Everyone was like, that makes sense. And but the way he got famous and then how he died all on televised, like his whole life is on the internet.
Like his entire famous life was basically in clips on YouTube. And Twitter. Basically.
And then it was him slumped over in his car, just dead. And then someone's like 2 inches from his face with a cell phone, just not helping.
And like it's a poetic thing. And but here's the thing: like people gave
poetic justice.
People remember I don't know if you remember it because you're younger. But
justice
when the outrage when Eminem happened.
Yeah, but he didn't do that.
That's the thing. He was saying like crazy shit.
Yeah,
but he never did anything.
Yeah,
and that was the defense against.
We think
like he was the worst that happened is he definitely made like terroristic threats and tried to like fucking kidnap his girlfriend once.
Yeah.
That didn't actually happen.
Yeah.
But his girlfriend found him comfortable and had him arrested, which fair.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
That's
do
y'all
king.
King. That's y'all king, white America.
He didn't do anything in the song, but people were like, "You can't. Why are you even saying these things?"
Yeah,
people were like, "I don't know." But the people who were buying the shit were like, "The energy is like fucking me up right now." I need to be involved.
I'm like, it's like Eminem is like another weird thing where it's like, I loved his old music because it was like raw and all druggy, and then now he's sober and he lives a way better life, and he's
but he's still writing
time.
Like he's struggling. Like he's still writing like he's 97.
But it's like. Now I don't believe him because he's got like a kid and he's got like dad jeans and like
right. His hair's not blonde anymore.
Yeah,
like he's chill.
I'm sure he's got a pair.
No,
he's not wearing baggy.
Eminem might still be wearing like the baggy jeans,
like the long long white t-shirt thing.
Right. But he
was
a person that everyone was like, "Yo, is this what society has become?" And it was fine though because it was art. But like,
and then kids were
imagine now someone's like, I'm gonna do this shit actually. The shit I'm rapping about, I did.
Yeah.
Or like, what's his name? Who got arrested and like is doing like 30 years or something.
DMS?
No, last year. What the fuck's his name? The one song he did that got famous was about him shooting his friend.
Oh, Bobby Shmurda? Oh no, YNW Melly.
Yeah. He wrote a song about the murder he did.
Murder on My Mind.
Then I think the video he recorded when he like escaped probation or something.
Yeah. They're thinking he's gonna get out.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know, but there are a bunch of rappers who are like, he's gonna get out.
I need those kind of lyrics.
Because it's like the body was in his car, and he was driving around with the body in his car, and he's like, I didn't do it. It's like, you did.
The body in your car says otherwise.
You were definitely involved.
Like, he may not have done it, which is why he would get out early. I can't imagine he would murder someone, ride around the body for a while, and then get out like any earlier than like the minimum.
Well, I think he was a teen. And this is the other thing that happened. You know, like the whole TK thing. Like he was 16 and he shot that old dude and that other guy.
But like,
and then they're like, he's 16. I'm like. I can see the argument because he's just living. Because that's another guy who was like kind of doomed out of the gate. Like both his parents were gang members.
Yes.
And then they moved to. They tried to get him, I guess, out of the gang life. But then he's like, I'll just make my own game here in Texas. And then he did.
What if I brought the gang with me?
Yeah. You can take the gang out of TK, but you can't take the TK out of the gang, is what we're getting at.
Oh, yeah, that's words to live by.
There was another podcast. I don't remember what the podcast was, but they're like going over like these murders and stuff, and that was one of them. And I learned a lot about TK. Now I want him freed. I want him freed. Look, free take. This is the podcast. This podcast.
This is the free TK
endorses freeing TK.
So I wasn't like I wasn't into freeing Bobby Shmurda initially.
I didn't even care.
Then I was, ironically.
Yeah.
Now I just want Bobby Shmurda out.
Why? Because it's not like he's gonna release some fire shit that you care about.
No, but I feel like him and like Tekashi shouldn't be in jail at the same time.
Tekashi? You want Tekashi free?
No, I want him in jail.
Oh.
If I had to trade one, I'd rather Shmurda out.
Yeah, but they talk together. Bobby talked to Tekashi on the phone right before the court shit, and I promise you, he's like, just turn on him because
don't do the Shmurda shit.
Yeah. He's like, this is terrible because like following that phone call, he's like,
yeah, I got a better idea. How about I just give up all my friends?
Oh, we promised the people that we would have an update for Tekashi.
A Tekashi update.
Yeah.
He's not doing 20 years.
No, he's going to do 5,
2,
right?
Maybe.
That's probably going to turn into 2.
Well, I think he's doing 5 total, but he's already been in jail for like.
What's his life going to be like out 2 years past that?
Wasn't there a rumor or like actuality that he signed some deal for outside?
Yeah, is he going to do like witness protection?
No, but like he signed like a record deal.
Oh, he's doing a record deal.
Like he denied witness protection and like signed a record deal. Or maybe that might have been rumor.
Someone's gonna kill him unless he's protected by the government.
Like that's the thing. Like I don't know what
was he. Everyone's like he was a plant.
I believe he was. I 100% believe he's an industry plant.
Yeah,
that shit doesn't make any sense. That man had the most buck wild year of a career I've ever seen.
Yeah, police came to my job, and were like, we're hiring. The government's hiring special informants, and we'll train you. And I was like, not in Trenton. I'm good.
I just don't believe because there's plenty of stories of like people using gang money to become
all of them
to get
every
usually it goes 2 ways. Either you're using gang money to take some person out and like push them away, or you use the rap shit to make the gang money.
Well, they were laundering. They're using his shows and tickets to launder money.
Right. That's usually how it works.
Which is like all murder.
But like, I don't know how this happens all the time. So like, especially in the South, like local rappers can make a killing. That's why
they can.
That's why a lot of these motherfuckers show up and they're already millionaires.
Yeah.
But like,
shouts out 21 Savage, who came from England.
Yes. Surprise.
All of it was in pounds. It was in pounds the whole time. We just never questioned it.
But like, I don't know how he.
Do they have pounds?
He didn't have like a scene really.
Who?
Tekashi.
In
New York, he didn't have a scene before he just blew the fuck up.
Those music videos.
He just showed up on like IG looking like the Joker, and then suddenly got record deals, or not even record deals. He was doing it all by himself.
Yeah, he was promoting himself
all by himself,
and then also the gang, I guess.
Yes, but like the 9 Trey Bloods were not like fucking doing it. They're like mafia doing it. I mean, I guess they were, but
no, they were.
But in the back end, I feel like they were doing the shit. They were doing the actual crime shit, but like. The money to have the base to then turn this dude into a superstar, like.
Well, they probably had connect. Well, because Jim Jones was a part of the train. They probably all hooked
why
him
would
up with
Jim
some
Jones
shit.
be like, you know what? I need to send money to the Joker. I need to support this.
Well, because like
Jim Jones is already good.
Because like he'll get a kickback some way, and that's a way for him to launder his money in large quantities.
Sure, but I feel like he's like. Maybe it is a story like
this is black NPR, by the way.
maybe there is an opportunity like there's never too much. There's always another opportunity.
Yeah, which is like why he's not getting Jim Jones not getting any real trouble because like all right, he wasn't really tied to this like.
But like the idea that someone mediocrely just shows the fuck up, a dude who was probably just going to go to Harvard and be fine, decides like no, I'm not going to Harvard instead.
Who?
Tekashi.
He was going to Harvard.
Yes.
Get the fuck out.
Tekashi had like an excellent SAT score. It was like I could go to Harvard, but actually I'm not going to do that.
Wow. He's a mastermind.
Him and like what's his name? Lil Pump.
Lil Pump was not going to Harvard.
They were both like Ivy League level dudes. It was
Get
like what I'm actually
here.
gonna do is do Xannies and grow my hair out to white dude dreads.
Yeah.
And color them pink. And we'll see what happens after that.
Lil Xan ain't shit. Because we have all these Harvard guys out of New York and wherever the fuck.
But like the trajectory of this dude's career was like about a year and a half. I feel like that sounds like a dude who showed it up out of nowhere.
I don't know.
Who was funded by someone who wanted them there.
Yeah.
This is the conspiracy corner.
Shadow government.
Yeah, you want to know what the deep state looks like? Tekashi 69.
Tekashi 69. Shouts out to Summer Sadaraka.
Sadaraka, who gave dude the work during over Black Friday, or I guess maybe just, I think it was actually in December.
That guy's got NFL style CTE right now at this moment.
If you haven't seen it, go on Dana White's Instagram, which
Beautiful
I don't,
form.
which I don't normally protest you do,
Yeah.
because we all know I have smoke for Dana White.
Yeah.
But
until we're on Fight Pass or something.
right, and then in case,
shouts out to all the fighters on Fight Pass that have given me interviews.
in which case, then I love Dana White.
Yes.
But until the
Stop
check
fucking
clears,
up the bag.
but there's a great video of a dude trying to hit her with a spoon move, like at a Madden, with like a rice cooker or something in his hands.
And like my football coach in my junior year of high school said, he's like, hey, if they spin, just let go, re-engage. That's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
She replanted her feet, she got pad level, and she threw another man who was about her size into the
Probably bigger
cardboard
but
box.
she had the lower center of gravity.
Yeah.
The shoves were good. She hit him with the sumo shoves.
Good timing.
He fell through a sign, and then security came and handled him.
Yeah, and then they fired her.
Then they fired her because that's not what you do to customers.
And then Dana White gave her free tickets this weekend to go watch McGregor fight, and is apparently going to give her a job, but we'll follow up on that.
Yeah,
we'll do our journalism on that one.
I don't know what kind of job you get.
I'll reach out to her.
But
security.
For who?
For anyone hopping over.
She just Dana White's like personal security.
Von Miller. Anyone
but like, don't those venues have their own security? I thought
they do.
I mean, I know like Madison Square Garden has like a security team.
The way I understand their business works is like they use like local unionized shit. That's the reason why they weren't going to New York for a long time.
Right, because the chefs union or whatever. Was
like I'm assuming every location they go, they have like some They have the police there for sure. I've seen like state police at almost all these events, but they also other than when I went to New York and saw Trump there, the Secret Service was there. Yeah. They had snipers just all over the place. I
just don't like. I mean, I guess he could hire. She could be personal security, but I feel like he's of a level of executive that gets like contractors
or
security.
She'll be like his personal guard, like Oddball.
So he's gonna be a real Bond villain now.
Yeah, and then.
And I found this Hawaiian lady.
Then Connor comes in and he's getting all crazy, and he's just like, Summer. Take care of him for me.
Put him in the dungeon.
Yes.
Please put Conor McGregor in a dungeon.
Yeah. And then she rolls her sleeves up. Like
she bites him with her fucking razor rims or razor jaws.
Yes. That was a different guy. That was Shark.
That was Jaws.
Jaws. I said Shark.
That wasn't Shark.
Jaws.
It's in the name.
Yeah. Yeah, she. That's a cool move by Dana, and then also like that was just an awesome video.
It's also out of nowhere. Like I've seen lots of fight videos on the internet.
I'm gonna be honest.
Why this one?
If I'm worried, yeah, right. Where some injustice has happened in it. I mean, you know why? This is just speculation.
Mm-hmm.
But
we're back in the conspiracy corner.
You're back. Well, no, not even. This is just not even a conspiracy. It's plausible. This one's plausible. I promise. It's like number one, fucking awesome business opportunity on a video that like is circulating all over the internet for the last couple months, so it's like easy promotion. And then two, it's like she's a ride or die for the company she works for. Like if that's me at Best Buy, I'm letting that dude just walk out. Like, and then I'll call the police.
Though I think she posted she didn't even do it for Best Buy. She did it because fuck that dude. Because he had already stole some shit like before.
So
she's like, I'm gonna make this my problem.
Yeah.
And which I appreciate.
I appreciate it.
That's a hard job. I wouldn't do it.
She's on her feet all
day. That
day.
dude would have spun around me and been like, whatever.
He probably said some slick shit too, like, what the fuck are you gonna do?
And she was like, I'll show you.
I'll show you, motherfucker.
I was gonna let you go.
Yeah.
With that toaster or whatever.
Yeah. The toaster. You that pressed for a toaster that you have to steal in front of camera? He didn't even wear a mask.
No. He literally just walked in, right on the arm, and just walk out.
And they're like, stop. And he's like, unhand me, wench. Because that's how he talks. And then he got thrown into another dimension.
He did.
And then all the hoe-ass people that worked there were like, all right, we'll help now.
I guess we'll help.
Yeah.
The one dude was like walking over to see what happened. He was just kind of like put his hands on his hips and was like,
yeah,
what's happening?
I just wouldn't get involved. And that's what I'm saying. Like, Dana's like, I need a ride or die like that in my place because all these leaks and shit of like information.
I don't feel like Summer's the one.
Summer could. You don't know.
I don't know her.
Oddball.
I know nothing about Summer.
She's gonna have a hat with
the only thing I know about Summer is that she put the work on this dude, and that's a plus in my book. But if I'm want a person to protect the trade secrets, it's probably not gonna be something.
What's gonna be like? That dude from Family Matters, as in Die Hard, that shot Hans Gruber at the end. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be like. Probably. She's eating a donut.
She's just the local cop.
Yeah.
To make him feel secure.
Yeah, and then like some crazy shit's about to happen. Dana has hands up when she shoots him with a six shooter.
Oh yeah, like a little stub nose revolver that the cops had in like '89.
Yeah, and this guy's got like an HK fucking submachine gun. He gets stopped by.
It's gonna blow up the building.
Yeah.
I wish.
Shouts out to Germany.
Yeah, shout out to Germany. Shout out to Hans Gruber.
Hans Gruber.
I don't recommend
the most evil. He sounds like a Nazi scientist.
He does. I feel like that's probably part of it. That's probably
he is a Nazi scientist.
Yeah. I don't like. Is he like? I have like a conspiracy theory. Maybe he's trying to root her into like the fight game.
You think she's gonna fight?
I think he might want to try to like
because she's Hawaiian.
Because he can trust the Hawaiians. They're like wild, but like he's kind of wild.
Maybe it's like BJ Penn's cousin and he's just hooking her up.
Like they're wild. They're gonna get into like trouble. Yeah. Legal trouble probably, but they're not gonna call him racist.
She should fight BJ Penn.
I feel like she probably
could win. Yesterday,
BJ Penn's been fighting everybody.
That was BJ Penn. He just had a wig on.
He's been fighting everybody in the Milan. So like, I have no reason to believe she wasn't one.
Right. I wonder what she feels about BJ Penn.
Probably thinks he's a hero.
That's racist.
Yeah. But also probably true.
Because racism is based in truth sometimes.
Well, the problem is everyone I've met from Hawaii thinks everybody from Hawaii rules.
Yeah, because
no matter what.
You know why? Because they got dominated by the Marine Corps.
Did. And I like, you know what? I appreciate the team spirit.
Yeah.
Like, someone has to represent y'all.
Marine Corps in the United States is undefeated.
Yeah, true. They're like, let me put this missile base here.
Outside of it, it's a little shaky. They've had their ups and downs.
We did fine until like after
46, because the Korean War was awful.
Definitely after the Vietnam War, it was bad from all.
They got their shit rolled by the Chinese military.
Yeah, the Korean War was bad.
Yeah,
and the problem is they were doing pretty good for a while.
Yeah,
and it was very bad.
They got crazy.
And the best they could do was break even.
Yeah, they're like, all right, we don't want to nuke Korea.
So you don't remember that nuke thing they did in Japan? What if Korea?
Yeah, they just got a little Hitlery with their blitzkrieg, and
and it worked
for a minute.
Then it didn't.
Yeah. Because
it turns out when you blitzkrieg, you have to actually feed all those people.
Yeah.
And North Korea's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. And then China's got, hey, we got 1 billion people, and there's only like 6 million in the world. So.
And North Korea's like, we're going to move on to China. And China's like, oh, you thought?
Oh, you thought, boy? Shouts out to Korea. Remember when Kim Jong-un was, or Il? Is it Il or Un?
Il was his father.
Kim Jong-un? Remember him?
I do.
Trump has been dispatching all these dictators. I will say that. Because Iran reversed all their shit.
They reversed some of it. They're just back.
They do that all the time.
They're just back to Iran. Like Iran has always been like stepping until someone steps back and like, all right, let me chill.
Yeah, they just say some wild shit
because they actually don't have a nuke yet, so like they can't do anything. Ahmadinejad was buck wild.
Yeah, but like
he was like, let me go to MIT and have like an open forum and tell everybody that we don't have a gay problem.
Yeah,
gays don't happen here.
And that's the same thing they say in Russia.
Yeah,
every year. But yeah, Ahmadinejad was like, we will have a nuclear holocaust in Israel, and it's like every year, and then the mom's like, no, we're not. Yeah. We're not doing that.
So, was it Ahmadinejad that had like a weird
face?
No, yes, but he had like a weird Twitter thing with Trump at one point, and it ended up he quoted like Tupac or something.
Yeah, Ahmadinejad is like our Trump.
I was like, what?
Or Trump's our Ahmadinejad.
How did this happen?
Yeah. If there's going to be a weird exchange between those two, it would be Ahmadinejad. I really wish he was like still the prime minister or whatever the fuck they have in Iran.
Which is weird because there also is like a Ayatollah. Like there's like he is.
They have. That's how a lot of those Islamic countries are run. They pretend to have a democracy.
They're like, actually, here's a dude who talks to Allah, so like he's actually gonna take.
So he makes all the rules.
But he seemed pretty like down to fuck with the.
Down the fuck?
Yeah, he was like, yeah, whatever Allah says, I got you.
Who?
Ahmadinejad. You didn't seem like he had like a different set of priorities.
No, well, here's the thing. It's like what we do with like the Congress does with our president. It's like, all right, go say whatever, and then we'll do whatever behind closed doors. And then that's what they did. They're like, all right, say whatever, and then we'll never bomb Israel, but we'll like pay a bunch of terrorists to do it.
Yeah, we'll keep saying we're gonna do it, and then maybe Al Qaeda or Hezbollah does it.
Yeah, and then Doc Brown's gonna get shot to death by an Uzi.
Yes.
In a van.
Mm-hmm.
Shouts out to Back to the Future.
And that's how the Middle East works.
Yeah.
Doc Brown. Really Back to the Future. Bro.
Doc Brown. It's a good movie.
It is.
What if they reboot it?
No. Please don't.
And Childish Gambino's
all right.
Michael J. Fox's character.
I'm back in.
I'm back in. Now I'm in.
I don't want it, but I'll watch it.
You will watch it.
I'll watch it. I'll probably dislike it.
It's a pay-per-view.
But I'll watch it. If it's anything like
Atlanta was really good.
Right.
I stopped watching that.
It also stopped coming on.
I stopped watching it after half the first season.
Oh, I don't think I finished the first season either.
It's not bad. I was just like, this is a commitment.
I just don't remember what it ended.
Some of the episodes were like, this is about love. I'm like, shut up.
I hate love.
I hate love. Get this out of here. Speaking of love, Jessica Penny got bullied by the USADA.
That was a great segue.
She didn't love that.
That was a perfect segue.
That's the segue. You probably know more about this. I just saw that she was like, I've been bullied by USADA.
I want to say Friday or maybe Thursday. She had like a long Instagram post that said basically she's been forced into retirement because
how
she got dinged for a substance that is restricted.
Okay.
That she had gotten a prescription for from her doctor.
What was it?
Steroids. It is an anabolic steroid. I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but
Turinabol from their doctor.
Over the counter Turinabol.
Over the counter.
It's also an S. That's the best I got right now. But the point being,
is it performance enhancing? I guess they're saying.
I guess technically it is.
Yeah.
But she had been using it for 2 years.
Okay.
And she felt like a doctor's note was enough to like.
Well, that's her own fault.
And a part of it is her own fault. Like, clearly you should make sure.
They've been very clear about.
Like, you should definitely just show that to them.
Yeah,
like,
talk to USADA first. That's like been their whole thing.
But she also has like a history of like extremely low hormone like counts.
I understand.
So like,
isn't that like a byproduct of taking in some supplements though?
It is, but it's also it could also be a byproduct of
bad health.
It can be a health thing, but also like increased exercise and lots of training can affect your hormones in weird ways.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like if you're working at Kinko's or whatever, then I'm like, okay,
right, your hormones are probably fine.
But like they're really anal about drugs, so that's their job.
And I think ultimately it is like her responsibility to make sure the things you're putting in your body,
at least,
especially if it's not illegally or illicit. Like you're doing this because your doctor said it. Like you have to then talk to the people who are going to ding you for this.
They're paying you,
and they gave her like an 18-month suspension, which
isn't too horrible. But does that mean
it's not too horrible? But she's at a point in her career where like.
That's a lot.
It's a lot, and she spent a lot of time in suspended trying to find other work and couldn't.
Well, the other thing is like, can she just ever get off this medication?
I don't know.
It's like how long?
It seemed like I don't know that those details were really like hashed out in her post, but it seemed like these are things she needs.
Right.
So
this is straw weight though.
Penny, I think it's straw weight. Yeah.
There's too many, so it's like
straw weight or featherweight.
There's 1,000 really good straw weights, and she was one of them. So it's like.
I mean, the straw division won't miss her necessarily.
No.
But
she'll find other work. She'll work at Bellator or whatever.
Well, the problem is she's like under this contract. She's kind of stuck there. Like, I guess she could retire, but I don't know what that means. Like, she can't retire and then go work for Bellator. Like, there's probably a space of time you have to stay retired.
Well,
be reemployed.
Well, I don't know. Maybe she just doesn't have.
And she's out here trying to like lift, like do lifts and Ubers and shit, trying to make money. And like I don't know what her skills are outside of this. And women aren't being paid very well. Like that, like you can't just be a strawweight fighter and then like have like residual income from shit. Like,
just say some wild shit and then fight Paige Van Zandt and get dinged for like 50K or whatever.
I mean, yes, like she's not a person that was like a high. She was a great fighter, but like not. not like a big ticket fighter. Like
Yeah,
her
'cause
name doesn't sell tickets.
Because she's not like super confrontational.
Right.
Which is why I guess why she felt like USADA was like bullying her because she's like, well, I'm not gonna fight this.
Well, she's like, yeah, there's no way for me to. I can't make a living just by being myself. I have to win all these fights, and hopefully then I'll get a title shot, and then like I'll be contractually obligated to make more money.
I feel like Jessica Penne is on UFC Fight Pass.
Is she?
Something of someone. I don't know. Jessica I.
She could be. I mean, they both could be. Honestly, Jessica I've been there forever.
I think Jessica I is on Fight Pass for CFFC.
Is she?
Yeah.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Which get the back.
I feel like there's a lot of Jessicas in the UFC.
I think there's just a lot of Jessicas in the world.
Yeah. Is that a biblical name, Jessica?
I don't think so. That doesn't sound like a biblical name.
Who made it?
Like, was there a mall in the Bible?
Take it back. Take it back. We don't need any more.
Take Jessica's back?
Take Jessica's back.
2020, we're canceling Jessica.
No more Jessicas.
No more Jessicas.
Enough.
At least till 2025.
Yes.
If the world's still around.
I feel like we'll be good.
I
thought we were going to get in some shit with Iran, and it just seemed like they bowed down so fast.
I mean, that could change overnight, though. Because they're accidentally shooting down, like,
their
passenger planes.
Oh my
So,
god, they're just killing their own folks?
Who the fuck knows?
Well, I feel like we're going to be good because, like, their people are like, after that happened, they're like, you guys fucking lied to us and you killed Iranians.
Yeah, you're right.
So now there's, like, all these major cities, like, have, like, all these crazy protests right now happening.
Yeah, but the problem with Iran is, like,
They'll kill everybody.
they'll just roll it through with guns.
Yeah.
Like, you should go back inside.
And that's how you start an Arab Spring. So that's like...
Yeah, the Arab Spring happened. Arab Spring was hot until it came to Iran.
Yeah.
Or until it came to Syria, specifically. Yeah. And they were like, what if ISIS? And they were like, oh.
Ta-da.
Yeah. Well, it was more like Russia was chilling, and Bashar was like, what if we had militias killed?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like... I feel like every situation this has happened is like almost exclusively because of Russia and China.
America's not here yet.
Yeah.
So what if you helped us bankroll some militias to go kill the protesters?
Yeah.
Because I can't do it because I'm Bashar.
Yeah.
And that's gonna look real bad.
So why don't you just use
these? And the militias did it, it'd be fine.
Not Spetsnaz security teams.
And what they did was like, all right, I know some dudes who really want to shoot some guns. They used to be part of Al Qaeda.
Yeah.
And they didn't die, so, like, we'll go to Iraq and go get them real quick.
Well, I just feel like them in Saudi Arabia, like, they just, like, use them to get all the dirty work done. They're, like, they're enforcers, you know?
Well, Saudi Arabia's, like, different because they have, like, mega money.
Yeah, they can get, like, the good enforcers. That's why ISIS
They can get
so
enforcers,
baller.
and then they can pay all the people who are supposed to, like, watch them to, like, don't worry about it.
They can kill journalists in broad daylight on camera and recorded with microphone,
and people can they can say, "Oh, I didn't know," and then there's here's the email you sent saying you knew.
Yeah, it was an accident. He's cut into pieces with a saw
in the building. Yeah, a dude with a saw came in and a bag came in, and then that dude never came out. Yeah, that's weird how that could happen. And he happened in a room that no one goes into.
Accident. It's like, jeez.
You just trip on the saw. And
I thought it was like pieces. It's what I imagined. The Vulcan room in Metal Gear Solid 3 was. There's blood all over the walls.
It's just his secret saw room.
Yeah. That's so horrible what they did.
And then the world was like, that's pretty bad. And Donald Trump was like, but we sell weapons. Yeah. And if you don't sell them, then Russia will sell them. So fuck this whole thing. And then they're
like, ISIS again. And like, it's fucking...
And then Vince McMahon was like, what if we put on $1 million wrestling show there? Everybody forget about it.
Yes. We cool?
You're cool? We're good?
We're good, right?
I love the Middle East.
Shouts out to the Middle East.
Shout out.
Always doing the right thing.
No one's doing the right thing.
Yeah, we got a Jessica Penne, and then we shout out one championship. Rodtang? Do you say the D, or is it Rodang?
I don't know. Listen, I'm not a linguist.
Rodang.
I'll let him fuck this name up.
Oddly close to Pootie Tang.
Weirdly close to Pootie Tang.
Weirdly, coincidence? I haven't seen them both in the same room, so
it's true.
And Haggerty. It was a good fight. I don't know if you watched it or not, but it was a good. They beat the shit out of each other. It was It was the most. It was the best flyweight thing I've ever seen outside of Mighty Mouse.
It reminded me of like.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Shut up, Siri.
Siri.
It reminded me of like Leftway fights. Have you ever seen those?
Yes, I have seen those.
Where people just like
only with Robin Black's Instagram though.
Where they're like, let me headbutt let me headbutt you and like try to bite your elbow off.
Did you see them do like pad work?
No.
It's like they do Muay Thai combos and they finish it with a headbutt.
Do they really?
Yeah, it's great.
It reminded me of that because there was no like at some point there was like no real strategy. You weren't really setting up anything. They're like,
There's like, let's
I'm
fuck
standing in
each
front
other
of
up.
you, so what if I just swung these hands at you?
Yeah, I mean, like, they're super athletes and they're really good. They're super respected. All the people that I've talked about with them in Muay Thai so far, like, they're like, Haggerty's like one of the better guys
I
in
believe
the
that.
world for Muay Thai.
He's tough. He has pretty decent technique.
Yeah, for a white dude.
But he's like, I mean, depending on where you're from, white dudes have all that technique.
Yeah, but he's not like Dutch.
Yeah, he's not Dutch. He's just a white dude that happens in the time.
Yeah, I think he's from England.
Is he?
I think he might be. Haggerty sounds very fucking English.
It does sound very like
Or
Welsh or
Irish. Yeah.
But you can like maybe it's not always the cleanest technique, but you can tell it hurts. He's very strong.
Yeah.
You can see it.
He's got a mean teeth, though.
His
I will
swing
say.
through. Yeah,
technique
which
for
is
his teeth
also
is really
very
good.
British.
Yeah.
But like I don't know what kind of money he's making doing this.
A lot. One championship pays people very well,
Do
especially
they?
if you're in the top guys. One of the women that I was talking to, Amber Kitchen, they're paying her pretty fucking good for someone who's like relatively unknown.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm glad one's got the bank and using it.
Yeah. Well, 2 years ago they had like a $250 million cap, and that was in a 4-year existence of a business. So I'm like, that's pretty fucking good. They own pretty much the Eastern Hemisphere as
True.
far as.
Yeah, I always
broadcasting.
forget they are like the Eastern presence of like the fight game.
They're bigger than the UFC technically because of all the countries that like champion them.
Yeah.
Japan, Singapore, China.
And these are all big fight places, especially China, because they basically have all the headway in China that UFC doesn't.
They have the entire market locked down.
So,
Like, UFC is like trying, but it's like one championship is just so because it just meshes so well with their culture. They're not,
And all the inroads that the rest of like these Asian sort of pipelines have,
Right.
they're in.
Japan is like a little bit more, I guess, has a little bit more leeway because they're into the spectacle of certain events. I guess,
but I think they recognize like the nonsense and like the real stuff.
Yeah,
and they kind of accept it. They can accept it without having to like over explain.
Right.
Like when Mayweather showed up like an hour before his fight. And,
So,
or maybe like less than that, and like literally like walked out of the limo, put like some shorts on, and walked in and just like beat the best dude they've ever seen. Beat, yeah. And everyone was just okay with it. They're like, we get it. We understand why this is here.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a lot of people. I don't know. Like I hear a lot of fighters go like, "No, he's just like that guy's much smaller than he was," and I'm like, "That's true." And
That's
he's
probably
like
true.
He's a way better boxer.
I have a hard time believing the fucking flopping and flailing that dude was doing.
And
was
he didn't
because
use like
he got hit so hard.
He used none of his super freak athleticism at all,
or any of the technique. He just stood there, threw like pretty good looking punches and
which it can happen if you're scared by a mandingo.
But like, I don't believe it. I don't believe that. I don't believe fucking 42-year-old Floyd Mayweather walked in and that dude was scared.
It's real to me, damn it.
I mean, they both got the bag, and that's the important part.
Yeah, crying all the way to the bank.
Yes. So
$6 million, however many.
Like I believe like if that dude is to lose one fight ever, that's the one to lose because
it wasn't even a fight. They didn't even count.
It was an exhibition. It was not on anyone's record.
Yeah.
That was like explicit.
Yeah.
Clearly, Mayweather didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because he knew there was nothing on the line.
Right. So even if he decides to fight me, I'll just beat him.
Right.
Just beat him to death.
Like if he wants to make this real, or I can just like fucking sell this shit and take the loss
because like
and get paid.
Risen is so crazy because it's like they'll have that and then they'll have people kill each other like on the same card. Like,
and I think the culture there, the fight culture there, understands the difference, and that's always been the case. The same with like even their pro wrestling, which is all work. Like they understand they're here to watch like crazy fucking funny.
That's what I'm saying.
Or dudes like beat the shit out of each other, but like the ending's predetermined.
Like Japan is like we'll have that. I feel like China doesn't really have a lot of that.
Well, I think China's
at least they're big promotions,
Yeah, but I think China also has the money to make spectacle, and they are reaching out to the right places to like figure out how to turn these things into like a show for other people.
Right.
And I mean, there's also part of the problem with China is there is like a lot of like IP infringement. So like they're working with these companies together, but they're also taking a bunch from the things from these companies and just kind of doing it themselves.
That sounds like all Chinese business.
That's kind of the problem.
Yeah.
But it benefits China because then eventually they won't have to worry about like working with these people. Or like I don't know that you're ever going to make a Chinese one that's going to be like as big as one championship, but I don't think there's any problem with them.
Well, here's the thing: it doesn't for them because they have so many people. It doesn't and all of their internet traffic is controlled. It doesn't have to be like one championship where it's like global. It just has to be enough to get the circuit in China going.
Yeah, but I don't even think they want. I don't know how much control they even want of it. Like they kind of like they might want a Chinese representation or something.
Zhang Weili came up on their circuits in China, was getting paid pretty good, and then that's like everyone was like, "Oh, who's this new girl in the UFC?" I'm like, "Well, she's like a 30-fight veteran." Like,
by the time we got
her
her
there.
But like, it's not like every time they fight in. It's not like every time they fight in China, she has to win. We're gonna cut the feed or whatever.
Right.
It's not that serious.
They
They just
work
want
out.
the representation. They
Right.
want you to respect China. They want you to come here. They want you to treat China
Right.
like you would treat New York.
Right.
And
they do.
want some fucking representation. They want Chinese people there fighting on their cards.
Not in Hong Kong right now.
Yes, yeah, don't go there. But Shanghai, come over there.
Shanghai, Beijing.
But like, I don't know that China needs this to be like anything more than just they have a hand in it. You see Chinese people, maybe they
throw
made a
money
Chinese championship, and here's some money.
It's their advertising.
It's not like they need that. They're like they're controlling some message.
Right. Shout out to Zhang Weili.
Who's fighting?
Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
Yeah. And
I think Joanna's gonna get fucked up. I'll say it now.
Maybe. I know she was going through some shit the last couple fights.
Yeah, she's like, my boyfriend, and it's like, is that why you lost, or?
I mean, I feel like she's been going through something very publicly.
Sure.
Like suddenly she's like a underwear model and shit.
Fat, old, new titties.
I don't know. Like, where does this come from? Clearly, she's working through some shit publicly.
Her manager pulled her aside and was like, "Hey, get some fake tits.
Do you want that paid fans that money?
Let's make some money.
Which is probably true.
Yeah.
Which is what I initially assumed because it makes sense. But if she is also like, I thought, me and my husband or fiance were like on rough waters when I lost to Rose twice. Like, maybe she, like, I can see her as a person who like built her whole life being really good at fighting, and then wasn't, and then lost, and like it crumbled the rest of her fucking life.
Yeah, I can see that, but at the same time, it's like she did exactly what she did all those other fights to Rose, and Rose is like, I have ways to beat that.
Right, but I think when you're a person who fights one way, like your entire career.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what is she gonna do different to Zhang Weili?
I don't know. But is there been a Zhang Weili fight that I think is comparable to a fight with Joanna?
I just think she's gonna get a hold of her and because this is what I know what happened with Shevchenko. Shevchenko grabbed a hold of her and threw her on the fucking floor. Zhang Weili's gonna do the same thing. She's as big and as strong as Shevchenko is.
Is she?
Yeah.
Because I know she's definitely
maybe not
strong.
as tall.
I don't know if she has the reach. The problem with Shevchenko is Shevchenko was also beating her like standing and striking, but it was also way stronger than her.
But here's the thing: Zhang Weili's not getting knocked. Joanna hasn't knocked anyone out in like most of her career.
Like years probably. But like, I don't think she's getting knocked out, and she probably has a chin to take whatever the fuck she's. Yeah. I don't know that Joanna has like the lateral movement to get away from like a really deep shot, because he didn't have to even complete it very well to just grab onto a leg and rip it off until it's. Bite it off or whatever.
Yeah, Zhang Weili talks all this shit where she's like, traditional Chinese martial arts are the way, and she's like, does American wrestling.
All right, but actually Greco-Roman wrestling.
Yeah, Greco-Roman wrestling and Muay Thai is what I'm gonna do.
And yeah, I mean it's the fight. Like, I don't know that I even need to see you want to do anything else.
Is this straw? This is flyweight they're doing this at.
I imagine so. Yeah.
So like, here's the thing: like, Joanna is a believable straw weight because she looks like she's under 50 pounds. Whereas, like, Zhang Weili looks like she's 145 pounds.
Yeah, it has to, like, super cut.
Yeah. I just don't see that going well.
I don't know.
And I'm not saying that Joanna's washed up. I'm just saying, like...
No, but I think this is, is the fight to figure out if she is or not.
If she's going to stay or not.
Because if she can't beat Rose and can't beat...
She's going to stay at the top 5 the rest of her whole career.
Right. Like, she could probably beat Andrade, but Andrade's fighting... I think Andrade might get the Rose rematch.
Well, she's got it going with the bikini stuff, so like, why not just fucking run into the sunset? Like, get an easier fight.
Yeah, but is she ready to do that yet? Should she be ready? Maybe. I mean, her last fight was a win. It was like
it was, but she broke her foot.
She did,
and took some damage.
But she's getting to that like the Rampage point where like maybe it's time to like let it go.
No, I don't think that Rampage should have stopped fighting 30 fights ago.
Yeah, Rampage fought like 6 more fights.
Yeah,
and I feel like she hasn't gotten like at the Rampage point yet, where like John Jones knocks her the fuck out.
Right,
that hasn't happened yet. But
I just think she's like good enough to be a top 5 fighter. Like, she's an elite fighter, but it's just like the other ones are starting to show up now. So it's like It's different than she was 10 years ago or whenever she had that crazy ass reign.
And I feel like walking away doesn't like delegitimize anything she's done. So
I just feel like she's already solidified it. I feel like continuing to fight and continuing to get brutalized by people who are bigger than you is not good for your image in your career.
You BJ Penn yourself. Because no one was thinking twice about BJ Penn's legacy 10 years ago. And then he fought 9 years and lost.
Almost like 3 fights ago, people were just like, no, he's still...
It's never looked good.
Yeah.
And he has, literally he hadn't won since like 2010.
Right.
And it's like...
When he got...
There's a generation of people who have come to UFC and had never seen anything he's done, and the only thing they see is him lose in prelims.
When they saw that white dude shrugging after submitting him in a white belt way, everyone was like, oh, that's the...
Because, when was UFC 100?
146 UFCs ago.
Thank you. That's a very accurate measure of time. UFC 100 was July 11, 2009. And that was arguably the most popular UFC of all time.
It was. Until McGregor fought. No, wait.
Was it Aldo?
Until Brock Lesnar fought after that, right?
Well, this was the Lesnar fight.
Oh,
this
was
the one Lesnar fought for McMahon for the second time.
Lesnar was on 200. That's the one I was referring to.
He was also on 200, and that one was not as big. I think the McGregor Diaz fight was bigger, maybe.
Which one?
The second one. Because after he lost to Diaz, everyone was like, "Oh shit, this dude's not immortal."
Yeah.
But there are people who started watching UFC regularly after they watched Brock Lesnar kill Frank Mir.
Right.
Who have never seen BJ Penn win. And that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And, I don't think this... BJ Penn is a very, unique case. People don't do this. Really. It's him and, Rampage who keep doing this.
And Chael Sonnen.
Well, Chael Sonnen, I think the difference between Chael Sonnen is I don't think anyone expects Chael Sonnen to win. And every once in a while he does.
Yeah.
But he doesn't... He looks like a bad guy wrestler who knows he's going to get beat.
Right. But
is here to get paid. And make this a fight. So people want to see him get his ass beat. And I think that's fine. But people, there are people that come in and take this seriously, or at least appear to take it seriously, and just get swamped and get washed. I don't get her, but, no one should, overextend this thing they've done, especially when they've done something that's, unprecedented. You can just walk away, and everyone's going to love you. And then you take your bikini pics in Poland or whatever the fuck.
BJ Penn?
No, I mean, yes. But if BJ Penn was doing bikini pics in Poland, that might change my whole mind about this dude.
I don't know. I think Vic Mensa thought that when he got dressed up as a woman.
I think Vince Mensa, he thought a lot of things.
Yeah.
Poor Vic Mensa. Remember when
he
Takashi
also
killed
talked shit
that
on
dude?
XXXXX.
He did at the wrong time.
Yeah.
He got canceled on Twitter.
Yeah, that was a terrible idea.
Which is ironic.
He's
that calling out Triple X and Takashi at the same time gets you canceled.
This was our generation's Azalea Banks, as Vic Mensa.
Can we call Azalea Banks to the next episode of this?
I feel like she'd answer too. If we found her Skype,
if it was just a random number, she's like, I don't know this dude, but I'm gonna pick it up.
She's like, just get crazy.
Hello.
This is
Azalea Banks.
This is the best Azalea Banks impersonation, by the way, of all time.
Is this Azalea Banks? Yes.
Yes, this is Azalea Banks with no English accent.
Would you like to do a podcast about MMA
and
with strangers?
She'll be like, I know those letters. And then she'll cut a chicken's head off on
she'll come and cast a spell.
Twitter.
Cool. I'm into it.
We're in it.
Why not? Azalea Banks, if you're watching, please. There's
We
room
want
at
you-
this table.
We want you, Azalea Banks,
Just you.
to buy war bonds.
Don't bring Grimes.
Don't buy Grimes.
I don't really want that angry in my life.
UFC 236.
246.
240. At minus 10. We'll just do the prelim or early prelim shout-outs. Shouts out to Tim Elliott, who gave Mighty Mouse his biggest run for his money, and then the UFC is like, cool, play the early prelims the rest of your career for some reason.
Listen, unless you beat him, no one cares, because no one cared about Mighty Mouse when he was there. If you're a person who almost beat Mighty Mouse, that doesn't mean shit.
To me, it's real to me, damn it.
Not to Dana White.
Not to Dana White.
He didn't promote Mighty Mouse.
What's gonna happen?
He was going to promote you, the guy who almost beat him? No.
hot take. What's going to happen to the flyweights? Because Cejudo's left the ship.
He did.
And
he got stripped.
And
is trying to fight women.
Rightfully so.
Who did
he try to fight?
He called someone out specifically recently.
Wayne Zhang Weili?
No.
He called out Dominic Cruz.
Yes.
He called out Jose Aldo, who lost his last fight, who got brutalized by Marlon Morales, and then lost.
Fucking worst weight cut I've ever seen.
Yeah, he looked so horrible, and everyone's like, "Nah, he's good."
Jose Aldo's like, "I can stand. I just need my homies to help me."
And Connor's like, "He looks great." He's like, "No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't."
Connor, you've been high for like 3 years.
Yeah, Connor is just like egging him on. He's like, I just don't like him.
Yeah.
So. I'm surprised he didn't get knocked out, Jose. He got beat the fuck up.
Yes.
Bad.
Yeah, and it's funny because I see him get knocked out by less.
Yeah. I guess
in a better condition.
I guess the same pop isn't there at 135 because Marlon's a natural. He's like, I barely weight cut.
Fair.
So.
Fair.
But Marlon even said, Jose, I beat you. Why are you leapfrogging me in my division for a championship?
We call that name recognition.
Yeah. And it's crazy that they're even like entertaining it.
He was at some point. At one point in his life. But it's not most prolific 130.
It's not like he walked away from the sport and they had stripped his belt and he came back.
Right. It's like he lost the belt.
He got beat
and got
3 fights in a row.
And they kept losing. He's the one you should probably think about.
Yeah.
Maybe turning this in.
He should have moved up.
Yeah.
He should have moved up. Because there's
some guys. That was scary up there too.
It's scary up there, but what's scarier? Like losing 60 pounds in a week.
Yeah. Killing yourself to fight to maybe challenge somebody. Cejudo.
Like he doesn't have to go to the top of the heap, you know what I mean?
No, but I feel like I say this all the time, but it's clearly not true. Like if you're not fighting for a belt, what are you fighting for? The answer is money.
Yeah.
And I'm sure any fight with
Jose
Aldo's name on it is going to make him money. He
could have fought like Rafael dos Anjos.
True, which would have been an interesting fight. And would have been a moneymaker because of both names.
In Brazil.
And that would have been a main event somewhere. Maybe on a free card, but still.
That would have been so much better. And that's somebody around his size, someone who's got about the same pedigree, so it's not going to end up on the floor. It's a good stand-up fight to watch.
It's probably going to be a stand-up fight. It's going to be a lot of the Brazilian kickboxing.
Mick Maynard, come on.
And you don't have to fucking kill yourself to make a weight.
You don't need a cork board anymore, like Charlie Day. And it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. You got 2 guys right here.
Just think a little harder.
Just think a little harder.
Just a little bit harder.
What the fuck were they thinking?
I don't know. I mean, and also I don't know what Jose's role in this was. Like maybe he thought he could make.
He's like, I can do it.
The same way Cyborg thought she'd make.
Yeah, but Cyborg.
She did eventually.
She made 136.
Yeah.
She did it.
But it took a year for her to do that.
Yeah, it did take her a year. Jose Aldo did in record time.
Yeah, which is that's how people die.
It looks like every picture looks like Schindler's List.
It did. Like he was getting fed porridge in a lead bowl or something.
He was like ashen and just hunched over.
Like he's
I could have saved
with a wooden spoon.
Yeah. Shouts out to the Holocaust, I guess.
Yeah.
Stevens,
the real one's Holocaust.
Stevens.
So prelims.
Andre Fili fights Sadiq Youssef, and that's going to be a good fight.
Yeah, I like Sadiq Youssef's high top fade.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to give him the edge.
Yeah, and he knocks people's brains out of their skulls.
He's 10-1?
10-1. That's what this page says.
Oh, even better. He's
a contender series guy.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's why it seems like he has a lot of.
Well, they're putting a lot behind him because he's one of the guys that came up the contender series, and he's
already in the system, kind of.
Got no problem, so he's a homegrown guy without any real issues that we know about.
I feel like it might be too early to know, but he definitely has star quality, right?
Yeah, he looks the part.
Yeah, I don't know that he has personality.
What other dog whistles they need to hear? He's so well spoken.
He's very athletic.
He's very athletic. No, he's good. He's just got good stand up, and he's very strong, and he looks the part, and he's got no problem. So that's why they're let's fucking cram him in there.
Maybe backing all these problematic characters was a problem. Maybe we should back up the ones that are all right.
Here's the thing though, they overlook a couple things because some of them happen to be the greatest of all time. So it's
yes. Sometimes they overlook way too many things.
Yeah,
arguably.
Greg Hardy.
Yeah.
Which is the...
Yikes.
They're enabling him.
They are, but I think they're just waiting for someone to beat his ass.
He should slap a woman every time he goes into the octagon. Just one in the crowd.
On the way.
America, and then he'll fight somebody.
I just need him to fight Derek Lewis.
Yeah, Derek Lewis needs to fight him and say something horrible about his spouse or something.
Yeah,
No more spouse, because he keeps doing horrible things to his spouse.
I need the Derek Lewis to rip his legs off and just beat him with like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
Dana White, please do that. I don't know what Derek Lewis is doing.
He's so infuriating, because it's like, he's such a shitty human being. The pictures were, do you see the pictures?
Which?
Of him, the assault, the domestic violence assault thing, where he got in trouble for?
Like when he was arrested?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so horrible, because he like very clearly manhandled the shit out of her and threw her around and beat her up, and then he gets temporarily suspended from the Panthers. Then they let him go, and then the Cowboys pay him, and he does really well. And then they're like, "Hey, he fucking did this."
Yeah.
And
Oops.
Oops. They let him go, and then Dana's like,
Listen. The jury's still out.
"Yeah." And then like the jury wasn't out. It was just like she didn't press charges.
Right.
and
Yeah,
then he
like,
just didn't.
All the
apologize.
evidence said it happened, but they settled probably, and it was fine.
He just didn't apologize, and then he was just worse.
Since he was never convicted,
Yeah.
Dana White's like, he's fine. He's fair game.
Yeah, and he's like, "I'm not in trouble." So
And then he started winning fights, but against like,
it's very meh guys.
yeah, and like then you have to wonder like, is Dana White trying to like slant this dude to like succeed in like trying to ease him into like success here, like trying to turn Greg Hardy into a dude? Like how many people are like, I really want Greg Hardy to be like the face of the division.
They threw him against that guy who I was like, I was even surprised that he even lasted that long. But that's I guess the matchup you're gonna make if you want to make a star. Like they're trying to make him a star clearly.
That's what I mean.
Like,
Like, they're giving him a star process, like
Yeah.
where they're not rushing him too fast. Like they're giving him like decent like promo.
Also, he is balls deep in first round management, so they're giving him a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, well, that's all you need is a good.
Shouts
PR
out first
squad.
round management who's given me most of my interviews
All
for
you
the
need is good
last
PR.
year.
A good PR team will get you far.
Yeah,
It's
they
just
kept Greg Hardy from me.
the problem
I
is
wanted to get him on.
it's if you want to. I feel like there's a line of thinking where like making a villain is good for a business. But if that dude's a villain,
What if he's
you-
real?
if you're actually a villain, like maybe that's not great for business.
We got this guy Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi.
Like the reason Conor McGregor worked for so long because he was a fucking villain, but like not a real one. And then like
He wasn't a villain for like his whole beginning of his career.
right for basically until he got like basically till the boxing.
To start getting money.
Yeah,
No,
And-
because he was kind of shitty to poor Dennis Seaver.
that's true. That's
He
true.
was like, "I'm German. I speak very little English." And he's like, "Fuck you."
But like even then, that was an act, and then like
Yeah.
then things started getting weird. Where it's like you keep hitting like you're doing lots of like small weird like misdemeanor shit, but like a lot of them.
Yeah, like
And then,
Justin
like-
Bieber. He got money.
Yeah, like you're just being reckless in public, and it's actually putting people in danger. And
Yeah.
then like let me go assault. Let me just throw like a lifting truck or a loading like jack.
Yeah.
At a fucking.
Which,
bus.
by the way, those are heavy.
yeah,
he
so
threw
he
it
had
very
to be
far.
fucking super juice.
Yeah,
to like
or-
get up in there.
Choked out.
So he
was
hammer
fucking-
tosses
Yeah.
one of those into a bus full of like professional fighters who are like.
Isn't there like a Samurai Jack where that guy throws boulders or something?
Yeah,
Like the Irish
that's
guy?
it.
That's the same
That's
thing.
him.
Yeah.
He got the spirit of this dude.
Yeah.
And now,
Haggis.
now things turn.
Scottish.
Then he goes to jail and then like leaves and decides to troll from the audience.
Yeah.
Then he's like, by the way, Habib isn't your manager, a fucking terrorist.
Yeah, yeah, and fuck your brother who's gonna get tapped out on TV. I'm gonna call him Nurmagomedov to tap tap, which is not even like
Not even clever at all.
not even a little bit clever. It doesn't even rhyme.
And also maybe I have a couple sexual assault charges, but
Yeah.
no one's gonna say anything because they can't
it's
prove it.
England,
'Cause it's
or
Ireland.
I said
It's
England. Ireland. Shouts out to Ireland, who just have their own sets of laws
So like maybe
as a country.
that's how countries work.
Yeah,
Yeah, they have their own sets
That's
of laws.
wasn't- I wasn't like making a prophecy. I was just
No.
saying they have their own.
Shout out to your legal system.
Shout out to the Irish legal system.
But he's like become like maybe an actual villain, or
Yeah.
at least something with villain tendencies. But even then, like
He's
it was
like the
it was all
Joker
fun
of
and games
Ireland.
at some point.
Yeah,
And-
like not the Heath Ledger one, but the Jared Leto one. Like the
Probably,
shittier,
yeah. I can see Conor McGregor
driving
driving
a
like a
Lamborghini,
pink Lamborghini,
shooting an AK at.
yeah, wearing
anyone.
like a head to toe leather trench coat with no shirt.
Yeah, he does that right now.
yeah, that's the life he lives. I think he did that like on the tour with him and Mayweather.
Yeah, he had a mink.
A mink, yeah,
Yeah,
he wore no
and
shirt
some weird shirt
and like
or,
a cigar
some
that he
weird-
wasn't smoking.
Yeah, and then
Like
he just
Will
threw
Smith
like
style.
a bunch of ones around.
Yeah, and then like
And was
made
calling Floyd
very
poor,
racist,
and he was like-
racistly suggestive comments to Floyd Mayweather.
And Jose Aldo, he's like, if this is in the old days, I'd ride up to your favela and cut your head off, and all your family members that weren't working. And I was like, Jesus,
wow,
that's like a direct one. That wasn't even like a clever one.
No, that
was
just like
racist. Directly racist.
Yeah.
So you love genocide? Is that what you're telling me?
Because like Chael Sonnen did that shit. He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna go to Brazil and make your wife make me dinner."
That's different.
He said that
that's like
Anderson
just
Silva,
sexist.
Anderson Silva was like, "I guess I have to kick your head off now."
And then he invited him over for dinner.
Yeah, then he's like, "All right, now she make it dinner."
Jose didn't invite him over for genocide.
No, please don't come to my house for genocide.
Can you kill my family?
That's the thing
They
we were
don't
talking
work.
about earlier.
Yeah.
I think a minute.
It's a weird cuckold
Yeah.
type thing.
So you know Pornhub? I got this new tab. It's when you kill everybody and I watch it.
And I watch.
Shouts out to Conor McGregor. Who's main eventing this card?
Yeah.
Against Cowboy Cerrone, which I think is a better fight than anyone gives it credit for.
Yeah.
And no one's giving Cowboy Cerrone any respect.
A couple more before we get there. A couple more things. Not one, just one more thing. Roxanne Modafferi, who fucking big leagued me one day on Instagram.
Oh, you got the big time.
She was like, I only do studio things, and I was like, okay.
Damn. Got him.
And I'm like, you've got 16 losses. So, like this would have been the best thing for your career.
Wow.
Just kidding. She's a good fighter. She just got like autism or something. Like literally, her and her training partner have autism.
Really?
And I don't know if she's got autism, but her training partner does. And they're both really good friends. And the reason why I think Roxanne Modafferi has autism is this is so mean. Poor Roxanne. As I'm saying it, I'm going to finish this sentence.
Okay, go ahead. Go do it.
She was like, she's really bad on the microphone. Like she couldn't be more awkward. Too much into Star Wars. And then also,
Just got that Greta Thunberg energy.
Yes.
Like
yes.
Spectrum-y a little bit.
And she won the fight, and they're like, what's next? And she's like, and exactly like this. I call Chris Cyborg. Just kidding. And there's a non-response from the crowd of thousands of people.
Because they were all confused, probably.
They're like, swing and a miss. She like didn't look like she understood that she just told a bad joke. So it's like, oh, she's gone.
It might have just been her being like mad awkward.
Yeah. Or she panicked and she's like, I can't show anyone. And I'm panicking right now.
I mean, she could also be like super fucking awkward.
Yeah, her Instagram is I unfollowed it. Not because
too much.
It was like cringy, but it wasn't fun.
Insult.
It wasn't like a fun cringe. Like, you know, Henry Cejudo's getting like better at being cringy.
Yes, I think he understands like what makes that work.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. She just doesn't edit her videos. And then she just like one shot takes like.
Well, she might not be like a content creator. She's probably just like a fighter trying to put content out.
It's that, but also like a manager is like, you gotta be more approachable or something.
So like, let me take you into my life.
And it's not good. So I unfollowed her. But Macy, shouts out to Macy Barber. So we're gonna knock her block off. I wanted to see her fight Paige Van Zandt because that's the only thing that I care about.
Yeah, she had like a campaign to fight.
She's still having a campaign.
Is it still happening?
Yeah.
I know Paige was like, she was like trying to force Paige to sign the paperwork.
Yeah, but no one else wants to fight Paige Van Zandt.
He's gonna jump on this.
Oh,
stop it,
Schnell!
Stop it!
Get out of here! I'm not. He's fanning me.
But like, I know she was looking to make the fight thing a thing, and she was avoiding her for a while, or saying that Paige Van was
because
avoiding
like
her.
she at
And
this
then
point,
Paige Van was actually avoiding her, saying like, I'm not gonna sign the contract.
It just looks like she's just gonna fuck her up, and she knows it.
Because you like DM my boyfriend until my boyfriend to tell me to sign this contract, which is hilarious.
Or maybe Paige Van Zandt's manager is like, we're gonna make this fight, just like, you know, let's get 3 fights under her belt.
But I wonder, like,
to weaken her.
Yes. But or maybe strengthen the back.
Yeah.
But will people like care? Like, honestly, if that's the long game, like if Macy loses any of these fights, then it's a wrap, basically.
Yeah, but
I
just feel like she's, because Roxanne's gonna be one of the first ranked people that she's fought, maybe second, because she fought JJ Aldrich, and JJ Aldrich was like 15 or some shit. Okay. I think Macy's is ranked higher now, probably at like 7 or 8 or something. Oh, so if she wins against Roxanne, who's also a ranked opponent, like if she wins 2 more fights, then she's gonna get a title shot. It's kind of inevitable.
Yeah, like either.
Paige can't get there.
Fight Paige or she skips you for the title shot.
Right. And I think Paige is ranked way lower than she is. So it's actually worth for Macy to fight her now because she's so far ahead of her because of the promotion, because of her being active, and because of her ranking. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't make sense for her to fight her now. It would just be a vendetta.
Yes, which I mean that sells tickets too.
It does, but
it's just like, you're putting yourself at risk because if you want the belt first, you should probably get that first.
Because that means you'll have to forego an opportunity for a belt to fight someone who's ranked lower than you are.
Right, but I wonder if, say she beats a lower ranked patrons for a bigger bag, which she's gotten yet, and now she can use that as a bargaining tool to get a better purse from a title fight. Because who knows what she'd getting, who she'd get paid to, or what she'd get paid to fight for a belt for a person who isn't necessarily.
Well, Macy's got only 8 fights in the UFC, so she's not getting paid in the Reebok standard way, where it's per Zuffa fight.
But sometimes, and the reason Nick Diaz didn't fight forever was because he made so much money fighting McGregor that he wasn't going to fight for less. Why go backwards?
And that was Macy's goal. I heard her talk. She wants to fight Paige, but her big goal is to be the female Conor McGregor. That was her goal.
Which fair, but that's not going to happen because it's only one of those, and I don't think Dana White wants to make a second one because that dude was I'm not fighting unless I'm getting pay-per-view points and a percentage of this company, right. And he was whoa. But
the thing with Conor is that it was it was unavoidable for him. It wasn't just that he was doing all this crazy shit. He was winning, and now he had all the charisma. That's the business. That's what unless they change the business model, which they kind of did with the ESPN streaming app.
Yeah, I think the problem is I don't know how available the money is now, right? And how many opportunities will you have to make yourself a star? Because a lot of these people are fighting on cards that people aren't watching. There's so much MMA on TV now.
Yeah.
Where you might have gone on a 10-win streak, and if you weren't on a pay-per-view, then no one knows.
It's even gotten to the point where it's shit like Access TV.
Yeah, it reminds me of boxing now. Unless you're on a card that was a big card, probably no one knows who the fuck you are.
It's just local. Although if you get enough local attention, regional attention, you can.
Yeah, but I think it's even then. It's getting the right regional attention. Who in your area has the connections? Because you could be big in Idaho and not have any connections. Because the Idaho fucking fight game is not lighting the world on fire.
Right.
Being an alright fighter in New Jersey is different than being a really good fighter in Idaho.
This is true because there's so many hubs here in New Jersey for fighting. So,
right.
Because we're all psychotic and miss the Jersey Shore days. You could just get drunk and beat up a stranger.
All we did was fight next to the beach.
On the boardwalk. Shouts out to the Jersey Shore.
And there's lots of pretty decent gyms and not even just in the state, but nearby the state. There's Ricardo and Henzo Gracie up in New York, with Matt Serra and all that.
Yeah.
There's Nick Cantone in Woodtown.
Yeah, and Frankie Edgar's got a UFC gym, and Mark Henry's got a gym here in Asbury Park. Mm-hmm. There's in the tri-state area. There's a lot of MMA opportunities for people to fight.
Right.
That lead eventually to Atlantic City.
Yes.
Shouts out to Donald Trump again.
Shout out
for fucking that whole place up. I'm sure he sanctioned a lot of these fights.
I hope so.
Yeah.
If Donald Trump did anything good,
didn't he have a stake in the UFC for a little bit?
I thought he the early UFC.
Yeah.
Maybe not before Dana, but early Dana White UFC. That's all he did. And I think that part of the arrangement was the reason you could even fight in the these Trump Tower, these little rinky dink casino joints, was because there was some sort of a relationship between the two.
Stay the fuck up out my business.
Another Nick Cantone connection actually to this card. Claudia Gadeña is fighting
Alexa Grasso.
I think she did.
Grasso is I think she might be a tri-state area person too.
Is she?
Yeah, I feel like I've seen that name before.
Probably.
Unless I'm wrong. She's from Japan or some shit. I don't know.
I don't know. How I had no prediction about that fight, but
I have no. I mean, I haven't seen Claudia fight other than Brian Ortega's penis, which is surreal.
Fight of the century.
Fight of the century. Anthony Pettis is fighting Carlos Diego Ferreira. Never heard that guy in my entire life.
Anthony Pettis still fighting. Shout out.
Yeah, well, apparently he's fighting an up-and-comer, 16-2. Don't know who that is. Alexei Olenek, who's got that crazy Ezekiel choke from the bottom, is fighting Maurice Green, who is a top game management product from New England. Shouts out to Tyson Chartier.
Big as shit. He's 6'8",
which one?
50 or something.
Maurice Green?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very big.
And Oleski, I feel has been fighting his entire life.
Almost 7. He's got 70 fights.
And he's like
57-13.
He's kind of like over like past fighting prime, right? Like he's in like his 40s now.
But they keep giving him like these lower guys who he's like knows more against. So he just his ego adjusts him, and then he wins.
You know, listen, when you're out here
but Maurice Green is different because
from like the Ukrainian like Soviet Republic or where the fuck you're from. Like, listen, you do you.
He's got that forehand strength that can just crack your skull open.
Yeah, he has old man strength.
And then we move into Holly Holm and Raquel Pennington.
That's the co-main event, right?
Yeah, and Raquel's had a little bit of a downward slope.
She has, but she's
So is Holly
also
Holm.
fighting. Yeah, she's also fighting Holly Holm, who's at I think the twilight of her career. I would say.
Hey, spoilers! Holly Holm's gonna win. Sorry if anyone is.
I don't know. I don't know that it'll be by knockout.
I feel like it will be. I feel like she's gonna knock Raquel Pennington.
I think it'll be like a pretty decisive decision.
I don't think so. I think Raquel Pennington's gonna go for a shot and just get caught.
And just get clobbered,
with
which is like super possible.
Yeah, because she's just so much bigger than she is by a lot.
And like Raquel Pennington's like
5'6"
nickname is Rocky, but she also fucking fights like Rocky.
Yeah, I guess
She's like, yo, what if he hit me in the face for 2 rounds?
Yeah, Holly Holm doesn't fight like Rocky.
No,
she moves around.
She's like, what if I do hit you in the face?
What
She fights like Apollo Creed.
What if you just never touch me?
And so is this like what's next? Like, I don't know what like the rank. I don't know what Raquel Pennington's rank is.
Yeah. But what like Holly Holm, like she's just every time she gets to the top 3, she gets close and then she gets.
Yeah, she murders Raquel Pennington and then just clobbers her again.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man.
I would just retire if I'm Raquel. I'd retire after this fight. It'll be 10-8.
Both of them I retire after this fight.
Yeah.
Because Holly Holm's pushing 40.
Yeah.
She's done everything she needs to do.
The problem is like she's still really good.
She is, and she doesn't look like 40. And she seems to only be getting stronger.
I think she's still upset that she got robbed of that fucking belt.
I would be too. I would be too.
Who's also a sweetheart.
She is, and a pretty good fighter.
Very good fighter. And a police officer.
Is she?
Yep.
That makes sense.
Full time.
But like,
she reminds me of Fargo.
I would definitely be bitter because she definitely won that fight. And I was super pissed that I didn't have the opportunity to win that belt too because that is a resume.
She's so pissed because that would have been that, and then she would have had the crazy payday to fight Cyborg.
Yes.
And then I mean, because she was gonna fight her and lose anyway, but like whatever, she'll have been paid.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like Jermaine was like, cool, I'll take the belt and not fight Cyborg, and then just leave into the night.
And I'm good.
Yeah. Got the bag. I'll show up in 2 more years. See you later.
But those two divisions need like restabilizing, or maybe Amanda Nunes is a stabilizing factor because she's like there is no danger on the horizon for that woman in any division. If she can somehow lose like 60 pounds and go to 115, she'd do that too.
It's just gonna take 10 more years for someone to rise to the occasion.
Like, I feel like when Ronda did it, that it seemed pretty obvious, or not obvious, but like it seemed pretty likely that someone was coming. Like,
yeah, because there are people who are watching, like who are myself not included in this, but there are people who are like experts at striking. Like someone's gonna get really good and fuck her up.
they just need to find someone who's already really good, and they need to figure out a way to win some fights and get to her.
Right.
Because there's a whole weakness that no one's had an opportunity to do anything about, and the ones that have, she's kind of freak knocked out. Like she knocked out Kat Zingano like instantly.
Yeah.
And, like I don't know that fight would happen the same way again. But like, I like Jose Aldo. Like you don't necessarily just get to have a rematch because
she should run it back with that little Brazilian pit bull looking girl with the big ass.
Beth Correa.
Beth Correa.
I feel like that's not going to work out because her career has not taken like large strides since that fight.
Well, she did beat Saraya Eubanks.
She did, which was a surprise.
In a terrible fight.
Yeah, it was a terrible fight, but I would never have put her over Eubanks, but.
No, at all.
Because
Eubanks is supposed to be like the next coming of Christ.
You would think so, but even then, I don't think that puts Eubanks out of the conversation. But like,
no,
fucking
it does.
Because
she hasn't fought since then. So.
True, but
it's a wrap.
I feel like there was always any fight that lasted longer than like a couple seconds, there was always an opportunity you could see that like someone's gonna come in here and find the answer to Ronda Rousey.
It was
and
almost
that
Miesha
Miesha
Tate.
Tate, that second Miesha Tate fight was like, I think we get it. Like
Yeah.
Miesha Tate didn't have the skills; she just wants to run up and throw you.
Although she did beat Holly Holm,
She did beat Holly Holm,
but that was at the end of her career.
right? And that was like Holly Holm not respecting how absolutely like suicide kamikaze Miesha Tate will go when she recognizes this will be the last shot I have. Like literally, if she lost that fight, she would retired then.
Yeah.
But she was like, 4th round, I have to do something now or it's a...
Those are like exact words, I think.
And I have not seen yet any sign that someone's going to show up and give Nunes any business, because I don't see any weakness. Because even in the Cyborg fight, she was throwing kicks. I was like, I've never seen you kick before. Like, what the fuck's happening here? I didn't know you could do that. And that's I think she kicked a little bit against Holly Holm too. Like, what the fuck? What is the answer? Like, none of them have it.
Right.
Raquel Pennington, if Raquel Pennington beats Holly Holm, she's gonna like grab the mic like fucking Ric Flair and call out Amanda Nunes. It's gonna be a fight that anyone believes in.
Or she does it like Roxanne Modafferi. Cyborg, no, I'm just kidding.
Amanda Nunes, I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding. Shut up, Roxanne. We're enemies now. You're not a friend of the show.
Damn.
Shouts out to her coach, whose name on Instagram is Big Wood.
Excuse me? Yeah, shout out to Big Wood, I guess.
Shout out to Big Wood.
I wonder how you earned that one.
His last name's got Wood in it.
Oh, so you were born with it.
Yeah.
No earning
He's
at all.
born with Wood.
Never mind. I respect it.
He's born with Big Wood.
I mean,
Main
you can
event.
put big anything. Like, I can be big green, doesn't mean shit.
You could be Big Green. Why don't you can be Big Green?
I don't want to be big green on Instagram.
You're tall.
It doesn't say anything. Not that tall. I'm not like tree tall.
How tall are you?
6'2".
That's tall.
Not tall enough to be big green.
No?
No.
What do you mean?
No.
The average is like 5'7".
You have to
5'8".
understand, she's the shortest person in her family.
What? I'm not saying you're the tallest people I've ever seen.
No, but like
That is tall, though.
I am too adjacent to way taller people that I can't in any
but they're
in any
freaks,
self-respect
okay?
call myself
They're
big
freaks
green.
of nature. Okay? They don't count.
They probably do.
This is a hate speech for tall people.
I didn't know we're covering all the bases. We
am-
went from genocide to
I'm
the
a height
Holocaust.
supremacist, and
You don't belong here.
You came to the wrong town.
I'm in the
boy.
wrong house. Oh, jeez. Don't say wrong town, boy. And look at me. The main event. Speaking of tall people fighting bigger people, Conor McGregor fighting Donald Cerrone.
Donald Cerrone's getting there too.
That's a good segue.
Of a dude who has too many fights, maybe. He has what, like 40, 50 fights, probably?
36-13, so that's about 50.
Yeah,
right?
like that's a lot.
He's one more. This is going to be his 50th.
That's a lot of fucking fights.
Yeah.
And
So
mixed
did
between
Floyd
like
Mayweather.
shark wrangling and shit.
Yeah, and like.
But Floyd Mayweather didn't lose
spelunking.
any of them.
Yeah.
And also he wasn't hit for like the last 10.
He got hit a lot by McGregor.
100.
101 times.
Yeah.
Most he's ever been hit.
Hit though.
He let it. Essentially, he just let him tire himself out.
Like I watched those contacts and
Yeah.
Mayweather was like,
He hit him a couple like flush.
he hit
but
him like there was 2 good ones. I was
Yeah.
like, oh that one.
But like we were hoping that was going to put him away, and it wasn't enough because he's a professional boxer.
Yeah, it turns out he's been hit a couple times.
Yeah.
Because his fucking father is his trainer and he's probably hit him plenty of times.
a lot with a bat or something.
Because Floyd Mayweather
Philly.
Sr. looks like a kind of dude who's hit his son a lot.
And on a police record, his spouse
Yes,
is.
fair.
So-
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's a history of hitting his family.
That's like such a horrible reoccurring theme. It's like these guys are just beating up these spouses.
I mean, the problem is like you don't get a chance to learn if
You
you're
never talk
rewarded
about
by it. Basically.
Yeah.
Like his father did like a little bit of time and then became his like mentor in the sport,
Yeah.
and he was immediately very good at it and won a bunch of money, and no one can tell him shit. So like
And he can't read.
he can't process like these feelings and these urges any other way, and he can pay away any consequence, like, and pay away any need to read or write.
Got people who do that.
Which I wish I had such luxury. Because you know what?
Reading is stupid.
I can get over reading.
Boo reading. Boo. That's what I say.
Anti-read gang.
Anti-read gang.
The no read gang.
We are not
I'm sure
scholars here.
Conor McGregor can read. Probably, right?
Yeah.
Numbers, at least.
Yeah, I mean, he made it out of high school, or if they have that in Ireland. What do they have in Ireland?
Do they have high school in Ireland?
Is it just bar?
Barstool.
That's racism.
That's like culturism. Is being Irish a race?
I don't think it's a race.
I don't know.
But it could be.
I don't also think culturism is not a thing. I haven't made that up.
Are they
That's
Vikings?
not a real word. Were Vikings Irish? No, I thought they were like.
I feel like all of those nomadic people were like Viking-like. They just didn't have boats.
Well, they probably had boats because they're all islands.
Oh yeah.
So they
Probably had a lot
definitely
of
had boats.
boats,
They had
actually.
nothing but boats.
Yeah. Fishermen and stuff.
Maybe they were Vikings.
I feel like they're all generally the same.
Watchers, if you know if ancient Irish people were Vikings,
They had
hit us
Celtics,
up.
but that's like
That's
just
a,
funny
just a,
talking.
Yeah, that's just a
Vikings.
basketball team though. And black people on that. Kevin Garnett was.
Yeah. They hate everyone. All black people hate playing on those teams. I hear them all talk about it. I'm like, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I have to
Boston,
live in Boston, so like not the best.
Yeah, they throw.
They throw
beer at me,
bananas
and
at
they're
us.
like, oh shit, I recognize you.
He was gonna fight me and say racist shit, but then realized I'm the only 6'10" black dude in the building.
Yeah, he takes his clan hood off. He's like, Kevin Garnett. I don't know why he's southern.
Yeah, he's from Alabama.
From Boston.
Yeah, interesting.
Kevin Garnett.
But as alluded to before, this main event is maybe if it's not the best McGregor fight on paper, I think it's close.
You mean for McGregor?
No, I mean like a fight he's in, like with the most stakes and the best interesting matchup. Like I don't know that he's on paper has been better paired.
This is
point in his life.
Oh, it's between this and Diaz too. The second
Yeah.
time, because everyone was like Diaz who, and then all the Diaz army people were like, well,
Yes.
and
Watch
then-
him, and then it happened.
yeah, and then the second time around, they're like, okay, he's
I take this seriously.
got to take it more seriously, and people are saying he's coming in underweight at 168, which is like a good thing, I guess. That means he doesn't have to do a cut,
Fair.
I wonder what that means. There's a lot of people who are like watching him train now. It's all hearsay, so it's like we don't know, because all I have to do is base off of his last fight with Khabib, and he got fucking mauled. So it's like everyone gets mauled by Khabib. I understand that he's 28-0, but he just didn't again have much of an answer.
Yeah, there was
for his
like no
grappling.
offense. From him, and
There was some, and he won a round, but he got submitted. So it's
and
like-
Cowboy is not necessarily known for his grappling, but he's got it.
it's very good.
He's a significantly good grappler. He's also like definitely willing to stand and fight you as well. But he's not one of those people who's gonna get like roped into.
Well, he's known for like submitting bigger, clunkier guys who like are not the best grapplers, like Mike Perry but I guess Connor's a good I don't know. It's like it's hard to tell because like when he was at 145, he was stuffing everybody, but I'm like he was like 6 inches taller than everybody,
Yeah, he was
100 pounds
also
heavier. like
And that's not really the advantage he has anymore. And
Yeah.
I think it's interesting to wonder what his advantage is, because the last
Left
time
hand.
he had a really great performance was years ago.
yeah,
And it is like his, not just his left hand, but his like elusive stance.
Yeah.
Like he can switch into his power hand
right.
on straights and
But
and big power
the
punches.
problem though with his stance is that his head is super high, right?
His
Which is
hands
like
are usually low.
yeah, and then everyone is like always talking about, well, that's how he fights and yada yada yada. But I'm like, yeah, but he's like already knee level with Cerrone, so
Right.
so like if he's gonna get caught escaping, that's the guy that's gonna do it.
And it's bad for, like, not to critique the breathing, but like right around 3, your head's up here, your hands down here, like
Which we've seen 1,000 times.
you absolutely look like a person who doesn't know where they are.
Yeah.
And especially against in Diaz, the first Diaz fight, that's what he
exactly
looked
what
like.
happened.
He was trying to keep the stance up, but like you can see he doesn't really know how to react. He can't rely on that his pure athleticism.
I love that
anymore.
you were doing the leprechaun.
That's kind of how he stands. He stands like this, and then like when he was getting tired, he was like kind of standing like this.
yeah.
And Donald Cerrone has seen so many looks, so many angles that 50 fights can allow you to download a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how much of that. I don't know how well, because various fights, especially against like Alvarez and Jose Aldo, he's been able to just like sneak things into.
Yeah.
Like subvert perception and find an angle.
He might be able to do that, but he's got to do it early.
Yes.
Like, if this goes past the second round, like we see it all, I don't know. We don't know what his gas tank's like, but even besides the point, like if he fought Diaz 2, which everyone said he was prepared for. He said he was prepared for. Diaz said he was prepared for. We saw the same thing, but Diaz is not a world class striker, so like, I guess maybe neither is Donald Cerrone, but. Like he's fought people around the world, but he's not like internationally recognized.
No, I would say Diaz is probably a better striker than Donald Cerrone.
Than Donald Cerrone?
Yeah, Donald Cerrone is a seasoned striker, but Diaz and both Diaz brothers have like real boxing chops.
Yeah, but they're like not even that good at boxing.
I think the problem is they just never are. They are so desperate to just strike someone that they just lower their guard and hope the bait strikes so they can actually fight someone.
Yeah, like they
hate being
but that's the thing is like I guess maybe that's why there's no power or muster on his strikes because it's like traditional boxing, but it's like slapping and like frustrating his opponent and like I understand. But even that being the case, like. McGregor couldn't even overcome that. Like it was still pretty close, but I don't imagine Donald Cerrone like
I think
sitting there boxing him. Like he's not going to box him.
No, he's not going. He doesn't want to point him. He wants to hurt him.
Right.
That's where like Felder gets it. Like they trained the same place and they want to make them all count.
Right.
I wonder, and this is why it's interesting, right? Because we know that like peak McGregor can really hit at will.
Yes.
Even the best defensive fighters. And he's the person, like, Donald's a person who's been dominant on his feet, but also, like, been on the back foot, been chased around.
Right.
And has recovered in both senses. Like, he's been a person who's been dominated striking and then either through late rounds or just, like, adapting to grappling and using lots of good feints, like, figured out a way around hands to finish a fight.
Right.
Which is how, like, Khabib got him. Not that, I mean, Khabib's also, like, a prolific wrestler. But that's how you fight someone. Like, if you want to grapple him, you just convince him that that you don't have an answer for his hands and let him chase you around.
Right.
And as reckless as Cowboy seems, he's also, like, incredibly smart when it comes to these things.
Yeah, I mean, like, this whole thing. The other thing is, like, and this is, like, I got another, again, like, it's a good matchup for Conor and bad at the same time, where it's, like, Cerrone can get, like, people can get under his skin, and it very clearly has thrown him off in the past. So if you can disrupt his mental game, it's like, like Peyton Manning when he played football. If you can start sacking Peyton Manning, he starts fucking up.
Yes.
He starts getting in the way of his own, actions. I feel like the same thing with Cerrone, where he might feel comfortable at welterweight, but maybe at this stage, like McGregor's like I could beat him with the flu. You know what I mean? Like he's got good sound bites and all that stuff, and Cerrone is a little bit more. I don't give a fuck about that, but kind of he does. Like it's hard, like because McGregor's really good at talking shit, and it's shown that really good shit talkers can get over Cerrone's skin. So maybe it makes him overcommit, or maybe it makes him throw the wrong combo at the wrong time because he's trying to hurt him, and he slips him and he puts him out or whatever.
I wonder if that would work like during the fight because it doesn't seem like it's done much up to this point. Like.
He's only really talked crazy shit to people like he was 20 pounds heavier than. You know what I mean? Like in the featherweights.
Like it doesn't seem like
he stopped talking shit when Chad Mendes fought him.
Basically, yeah. But like the McGregor train hasn't really been off the rails. Like as far as shit talking as well, because I think he knows he has to prove something first before he goes and talks buck wild. Yeah. But we
have the press conference this Wednesday, so.
But I wonder if he's saying shit. Respectful. Maybe come out respectful at the press conference, but like during the fight, like if he misses something or like they touch and they like grapple real quick and then they get separated and then like Conor's like saying some bullshit. Like I wonder if that's the kind of stuff that can get to him, like in between punches.
Yeah,
like
it seems like they have a mutual respect though. Right?
They seem to, but I think Conor has definitely shit on plenty of people he has respect for. Because
this is what Conor's going to do. He's going to get a Budweiser and just pour it out.
And fill it with Proper 12.
Yeah. Proper 12! If it's another Proper 12 commercial in the first 5 minutes, I'm just going to turn it off.
He just like unbuttons his jacket and pulls out 2 bottles of Proper 12 and just puts them on front.
Yeah. He just couldn't help himself when he's fighting Khabib. And Khabib was like, I don't know what to do. Because he's not even talking shit to me anymore. He's just saying I'm a terrorist. And
yes. Though I think that's also a fight that like was designed to be a shit show because Khabib has been both like a huge asset that Dana's wanted forever, but also like a thorn in his side because Khabib's been talking shit about the UFC as a whole basically for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
But has become this thing that was completely like impossible to ignore if you're a business person. So Dana had to like bite the bullet and just like accept that I need to like sign this dude because he's money, and he had to take his after swallowing his pride. He had to take the hit on bringing him in. Now he's killing all his UFC dudes, but like he has the one fucking silver bullet, and it's this Irish dude who's like teetering on the edge, but like maybe he can wrap it up and pull it together. Just do me a solid and kill this dude.
I don't think so, and I think we're gonna see that with Donald Cerrone.
Yeah,
I think Donald Cerrone is gonna remind everyone that like he's got a problem fighting bigger guys than himself.
Yes,
so.
And that's why this is important, because it's not just like names and icons fighting each other. This is like an actual problem that we get to analyze as a problem, like as a fight, and not just as these personalities.
Well, I'm going to give my prediction in favor of Cerrone because I support America and America first.
Fair.
As God has intended.
I think Donald Trump agrees. Also, Donald Trump, please show up to this fight and get booed out of the arena again. Yes. That'd be beautiful.
I was there. I'm recalling it like I was in Vietnam.
I heard the choppers.
I literally heard the choppers over.
Oh yeah, that was the Secret Service.
And they booed him for 10 minutes.
That's impressive.
You couldn't even hear the announcements. It was so loud.
That's beautiful. I'm glad it was as loud there as it seemed like it was on TV.
Oh yeah, it was bad. He was waving like people weren't. Like they were happy to see him. Tears of joy.
Yeah. You cry because you just love it so much.
Yeah. Do you think Jorge Masvidal fights the winner of this, or do you think Tony Ferguson
wants to? But I feel like Tony Ferguson's probably the... Though I guess any of them could be really.
I
just never want to see their fucking stupid ass belt ever again.
The BMF belt.
Yeah.
Conor wants it, so you know if he wins, he's gonna get it.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna like Dana White's title is a one-time thing. That's a fucking lie.
Nobody puts Baby in a corner. And he's gonna get it.
And George Masvidal is gonna be like, yo. What if it's for the belt?
Is it Jorge or George?
It's Jorge. I'm just disrespecting him.
Okay, why?
Because he holds a stupid fucking belt,
Okay.
and it was entirely his idea.
Here's the thing, though. Like, then you and everyone on ESPN keeps calling him George. Is it because they're white?
I think the problem is
no one knows.
It's one of those things where sometimes it is Jorge and sometimes it is George, and I think no one there has decided to check.
And he doesn't speak in the third person because he's not that much of a douchebag.
Right.
So it's hard to tell.
But that could change.
Who was that guy in baseball that would speak in the third person? Kenny something? Kenny Anderson.
Yes.
It's me, Kenny Anderson.
I was going to say Ken Griffey. No, it wasn't.
No, not Ken Griffey.
Shout out to Sammy Sosa, who's white now, by the way.
For like the last 3 years, I think, though, right?
Yeah. I don't know, thinking about baseball.
He got the Re-Venelago that Uncle Ruckus got or whatever.
No, Re-Venelago made him darker.
Oh, that's right. So he got Venelago.
He has the normal Venelago.
Yeah. The one Michael Jackson has.
Which apparently it was just the skin cream he uses to moisturize.
Oh, so that means he was just getting it from like there's like these French companies in like Vietnam that like have bleach in all their products. For skin
I think he
products.
just went to like a person. It was like, yo, can you do this for
bleach
me?
My skin, bro?
I feel like that's a Cuban thing though. I feel like Latin America has these things. Where like, would you like to be lighter?
I thought that was like their thing is to be like Spanish looking.
Well, depending on where you are. Like
I guess Cubans like
Cubans probably.
They're super right wing Cuban people.
Well, that's what happens when you live under like constant dictatorship for like 60 years.
They're only allowed to watch Bill O'Reilly, I hear.
Fair.
Does he have a TV show anymore?
No.
Oh.
There was like a
in
sex
Cuba
assault.
He does.
There was like a sex assault thing and he like vanished.
He paid some woman like $32 million or some shit.
Something like that. With what's his name? When the Bob Iger shit happened, it happened like at the same time as he did.
I don't know who that is.
Bob Iger used to own Fox.
Oh.
And I think he died.
Good.
There's a movie out now, Bombshell, about that thing.
Oh. I'm not gonna watch it.
I hear it's not great. I hear it's probably fine, but like no one gives a shit.
It's all shit we already knew. But yeah, Conor could win, but he's got way less.
I think Conor could win, but I think the problem, like I usually take fighters I've seen recently, and I haven't seen Conor fight well in years, so I really have no reason to believe this is a fight he can win. So I'm happy to be wrong, but like as the consummate Conor naysayer, I think I have actual ground to stand on when I say
he
might not win this
Here's
one.
the thing: we keep doing this, and he keeps winning. So
Yeah, he didn't win against Khabib.
I'll say this: it's not a coincidence. Shadow government listening to our podcast.
Fair.
We said that he was going to win those other 2 times, and he lost horribly. So no, I actually didn't say he was going to win against Mayweather.
Did you?
No, I didn't.
It's like
I thought he could, but like no, it was like a 99% to 1.
There's like
he had one puncher's chance, and then when I saw him take those punches, I'm like, he's gonna win.
the best he could do is get himself disqualified in some elaborate fashion.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna knee him in the
that
chin
would
or
still
something.
be a win, I guess, technically. Yeah. But then he forfeit the purse and
which
really
I think would have been worth it. I think it would. Well, he'd
be worth it for the watcher,
yeah,
for the viewer, but for the dude who wants his $10 million,
yeah,
maybe just fight.
Yeah,
do whatever you can outside the fight to make this problematic.
Like rub his head.
Yeah, call him a monkey and throw bananas at him and shit.
Tell him he's gonna kill his slave ancestors or something for not picking cotton fast enough.
Just don't kick him.
Don't kick him.
Or headbutt him.
That's too much.
Just take the L.
You know he thought about throwing the dolly at him like one of those times. He's like, I gotta save this one for Khabib.
I feel like Khabib put him in like a weird position.
I feel like he didn't. I feel like he's just like, I am Muslim, and he's like,
I think the problem is there was no reaction.
Yeah.
Khabib was like, whatever.
He had to amp it up,
and he was like, no, you can't say whatever. I have to get this out of you. So I gotta do what I have to do to get this out of you.
I gotta be a crazy person.
No one's just looked at me and blinked and said nothing.
Right. That's like a tactic Muhammad Ali did.
I will always get a reaction.
Yeah.
Even if I have to almost kill someone.
Yeah. Shouts out to Murder.
Shout out to Murder. And Heather Murder.
Yeah.
His cousin.
Gang violence. He brought a gang over. So gang violence. Shouts out to gang violence. American gang. Well, Irish gang violence.
That's like a very good callback to the beginning of the conversation with Tekashi.
Oh, yeah, Tekashi. Who's the McGregor of hip-hop.
This. Yeah. Yep. That's...
Yes.
You know what? What a better way to end this show.
Yeah, that's it. Do you have anything you're going to plug? No.
I ended my last podcast.
At Jarrett John. JarrettJawn.
You did it.
I got it.
You did it.
See, when I'm in person, I have more pressure to do it.
Snatching distance.
Most of the time, I'm in my room naked doing these. Mm-hmm. So now I'm not. Mm-hmm. So I have to be on my P's and Q's.
You have to respect the spelling.
Yeah. I'm a little bit more on my ball, dare I say.